intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, Daddy, this is dollar beat.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man, spirit can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar though. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal was for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Wednesday morning, 9 a.m., and we're ready to talk some boxing. We got a few guests scheduled for you. Actually got a last-minute add-on. We are scheduled to get Ofacio Falcon Jr., and it looks like the manager of Elvis Rodriguez wants to come on. He says he's got something to get off his chest, and he needed to come on the Voice of the People.
Why don't you give them his name, Champy?
Well, his name is Benny.
Benny Blanco? I know that guy.
Blanco from the Bronx. Benny Blanco from the Bronx, baby. Nah, but listen, man, we're here to discuss the latest in what is the possibility of Terence Crawford coming back this November. Eddie Hearn conducted an interview with Kugan Cassius of IFL, and he had a few things to say. Now, if I could just find it, because I got about 3 of them, right?
Call you 3 of them.
All right, I'm pretty sure it's this one. I'm pretty sure it's this one, guys. You ready? You ready?
Kell Brook and Terence Crawford. Update?
I think we're a little bit out on the money. I've been across it with Bob, Kell's dad, and those people.
Kell Brook and Terence Crawford. Update?
I think we're a little bit out on the money. I think we're a little bit out on the money. I think we're a little bit out on the money.
Update?
I think we're a little bit out on the money. I've been across it with Bob, Kell's dad, and those people have been in on it as well. Spoke to Bob. They went to America for the Terence Crawford fight last time. For me, it's not enough money at the moment. You know, I don't think the offer's unreasonable, but it, you know, for Kell, it's you know, Kell Brook can fight later this year for great money, but he wants to challenge himself. He wants the big fights, but.
I mean,
I gotta look after my investment.
I thought I was the guy that said Kell Brook had options. People tried to tell me, nah. When I tried to say he could get other big fights, they said, nah. When I said this offer was low, they said, nah. I'm just saying. You know, I tell, you know, lies. Eddie, I guess, is telling facts, right? He is not the promoter, because there's rumors that Kell's an agent out there, free agent, but Eddie is the one on the negotiation side, right? He's trying to get it over the line, so to speak.
Do that, you know, I believe he needs to be rewarded for that, because it could be his last fight. So I think there's a decent.
So a lot of things that we're hearing here. He says, "Oh, we want more money because this could be his last fight." So you're saying it's a cash out? You saying he ain't gonna survive the butt whooping, so you're trying to send him home with a severance pay? All right. A lot of
That's
telling
not what
stuff.
he's saying.
Okay. All right.
Go away. Go back to the docks where you belong.
Let me rewind it.
Be rewarded for that because it could be his last fight.
So he wants to be rewarded because it could be a last fight. You still want to deny?
It could be his last fight because he plans to walk away from the sport. Regardless, it could be his last fight because he gets injured, because he gets severely hurt. I mean, all these things, yes, they point to a cash out, and yes, that's actually what it is. But I don't think that that's the I don't think that if you're trying to spin that into why he doesn't deserve the money or like why it should just get done, like those are two different narratives, I think.
I mean, I think it just matters of where it happens, right? If they can get enough money in the UK.
Well, it's not in the UK. It's going to be in the US. It will be
in the
bubble.
Yeah, he wants it in the US.
It'll be in the bubble.
I think that means he even deserves to get paid. I mean, like, that's another reason to stack on top of it, though, right, Doomy? I mean, the reasons why he'd need more money?
What? Because he's coming on over to America?
Yeah, he's taking the gamble. He's taking the soldier's way out. And at
but
the end of the day,
they could just turn around. They could just turn around and say that they're giving him the chance, that he's getting the big opportunity. I mean, who else?
No. You're absolutely right. And Hearn makes mention of that. He says, listen, this is him fighting for legacy. He could get the big money fight, although he doesn't really give. I don't know. It's kind of speculative, but he already says that. And so you're absolutely right. But it's Kell Brook still, right?
So 1.5 million is too little at the moment.
Do you think he'd get more if we were not in pandemic?
Yeah, because the gate,
right?
the gate money is the big factor in that, and I think they're probably at a negotiation point, right? Still negotiating but it won't go up too much. I don't think so.
And that's why when Ness says it's kind of like a cash out, you know what? You're absolutely right. I do agree with it, but it's a cash out that
now you agree
is deserved. No, because I was looking at it from a different perspective. Like, you're absolutely right. It is a cash out, but it's a deserved cash out. Like,
it's deserved. What do you mean deserved?
Well, I mean, in the sense that he shouldn't take ish money to make the same opportunity. You know, it's still a lucrative fight for Terence, you know, and Kell Brook's still a name. He deserves some regards, even though he's not the fight we want to see. They can't afford the fight, you know, they can't even afford the fight we don't want to see. So just
no comment.
Yeah. So we got some other stuff on ESPN. The experts are discussing the same situation. And the three expert writers gave their opinion on, what Crawford. Well, theirs is
the whole article is about
there's
Kell Brook being the
titled,
best option or not for Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
They all pretty much agreed. Like.
Theirs is titled, "Is Kell Brook the best option for Terence Crawford?"
And I see they threw Canelo in there too. No, I'm just kidding. It came out before.
No, and then it's a two-part article. Where does Canelo?
No, I know. I was
him?
just trolling.
So, they say obviously Terence Crawford could return to the ring later this year, but don't expect to see the welterweight in with anybody with a real pulse or threat at beating him.
You want me to
Errol
read
Spence,
the writers?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Errol Spence is busy. Manny Pacquiao and Crawford could not get it over the line. So right now they're negotiating with Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, Kell Brook to get that fight done. Obviously, you heard audio from yesterday, okay? Because there's some budtenders that the minute this hit Patreon, they were like, oh, all you do is talk about Bud. It's like, yo, we got a report. Yesterday, Kell Brook side of the table, Eddie Hearn said the audio that I played that the money isn't enough, that it's just not there. They want to get it done, but they need more money for Kell. You know, and also yesterday is when we found out that Shawn Porter was also the WBO #1. So, you know, we're giving our listeners options as to what they want.
Yeah.
Would you rather Shawn Porter, you know, do the unthinkable and decide not to go against two belts and fight Terence Crawford? Would you rather Top Rank send them a a respectable offer to make him decide not to face the winner of Danny for 2 belts and instead go for the mandatory position with the WBO, or Kell Brook. But again, you know, since they like to say we talk bad about Crawford or change words, we'll just give you what the experts on ESPN say. And I want to congratulate Steve Kim, because, you know, normally we say around here or in the Twitterverse that Steve Kim kind of, you know, writes highly of Top Rank. And in this matter, I'm not seeing that. But take it away.
Because he works for ESPN.
Stupendous.
Yeah, that's the narrative. This is an article conducted by Steve Kim, Nick Parkinson, and Ben Baby. If you recall, we had an article based on these 3 contributors a while back. So I'm going to start with Kim. Kim says on the topic of whether or not Brook is the best option for Crawford, he says, no, let's be honest. This is a very good matchup if you go back in time to 2015. There was a time after Brook defeated Shawn Porter by majority decision to win the IBF welterweight title when Brook was the best 147-pounder in the world, while Spence and Keith Thurman were still climbing up the ladder as young fighters. Brook defended the title against Jojo Dan, Frankie Gavin, and Kevin Bizier before he made the ill-fated decision to move up 2 weight classes to face middleweight king Gennady Golovkin in September 2016. While Brook has had some good moments against Golovkin, he was stopped in the round 5 and suffered a broken eye socket in the process. In his next bout, Brook moved back down to defend his welterweight belt against Spence and lost by KO in the 11th round. Brook broke his left orbital bone in that fight. Those battles haven't completely stripped away his skills, but they have left him lacking what he once had. Brook is not so special K at this point in time, and while he's still a pretty solid fighter, in no way is he elite. Ironically, Porter, the guy he first defeated to win his title, is in a much better place in his career and is universally considered a top 5 welterweight. This matchup for Crawford would be more amenable to boxing fans.
I just want to say that the fact that he tells the truth about Porter and where Porter is universally, not giving a fake ranking like, oh, he's the mandatory to the WBC and the IBF. Universally,
the people's ranking.
Yeah, universally giving him that ranking. I really like that because, you know, once upon a time, Bob tried to play down Porter and say, oh, no, we should fight Ugas. He really beat him, but then you didn't fight Ugas either. So, you know, I'm just, you know, commending Steve Kim. Not that he cares. You know, he barely replies. But shout out to him for keeping it straight.
Big time now.
Straight up, keeping it down the middle, you know, keeping it real.
Straight G. Yeah, listen, I agree. I applaud him for that. And I don't disagree with any one of his points at all. I think that was very well written and very well explained.
Jared Lloyd on an intermission, I should say. He says, the Nebraskan hillbilly, a.k.a. the trash master, doesn't want real fights. His beef is only with the common man. The pedestrian beater, Bum Crawford.
Well, that was your Jared Lloyd word of the day, or intermission of the day.
Intermission. Yes, it is.
Now we're moving on.
We got another one from Ohio
Parkinson.
Runs Boxing, who says there is no welterweight in the division without Ohio. Oh, excuse me. There is no welterweight division without Ohio. I mean,
he might be right.
I mean, Porter's the only welterweight from Ohio.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Porter's the only welterweight from Ohio, so that's a little bit difficult to say. Like,
there's some up and comers though. Let me get Parkinson's out of the way real quick. He said Spencer Pac-Man are clearly the better fights for Crawford, who needs a big name opponent on his record. But if he can't get a unification fight next, then Brook is the best option. Brook looked very good in a stoppage win over Mark DeLuca in February after damaging stoppage losses to Golovkin and Spence. Facing Brook, 39-2, 27 KOs. At age 34, offers Crawford the chance to better Spence's display versus the Englishman. Brook, meanwhile, has a point to prove, as he believes putting on the extra weight to fight Golovkin at middleweight and then boiling down 2 divisions to face welterweight Spence in his next fight took its toll in the ring. 3 fights in as many years later, Brook is ready for one last big night. Crawford Brook would sell the UK television audiences too. Crawford is a well-known Englishman after wins over Amir Khan and Ricky Burns. Other candidates like Porter, whom Brook defeated 6 years ago, have different promoters, broadcasters than Crawford, which are obstacles to overcome. Porter is also friends with Crawford, while Keith Thurman is reportedly asking for too much money. Brook is an easier fight to make at this point.
So I'll say this. For one, facts for my Facts for my, listeners. I'm screen sharing the Twitter handle of Nick Parkinson's. As you can see, he is a boxing reporter for the Daily Star Sunday, which is in the UK. He's also an ESPN.co.uk correspondent. So it is very obvious why he thinks Brook is a good opponent and why he is talking favorable of Brook and Ricky Burns.
Where's the soundbite, do me?
Which one is it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
Damn.
Come on. You can't put that. You can't get past me with the bull crap.
Research journalist Ness.
Miss me with the bull schmackadackad. At least the American kept it real in Steve Kim.
Word.
Coming to America.
All I want to know is how much did Eddie send Parkinson's to say that good stuff about two Matchroom fighters?
Damn, we moving on to Ben Baby. He said, "What? He's not the best, but Brook is the best among Crawford's realistic options. The top welterweights options for Crawford fight for Al Heyman under the Premier Boxing Champions umbrella. Spence is the top 147-pounder under Heyman, and still the fight the boxing fans have wanted to see for years. It's akin to Mayweather-Pacquiao rivalry from the early 2010s, except for the fact that Crawford and Spence don't have nearly the same amount of star power. Oh, a Crawford-Brook fight may not be terribly competitive, but it should be entertaining. Brook is flawed and willing to engage, a recipe that bodes well for fight fans. If Crawford looks impressive, he can continue to make the case that he deserves a crack at one of the PBC welterweights. Then again, that would be a good for the sport, so that means it won't happen until it's too late. Call him Marination Face."
Super chat from TJ, who says, he called him Shane Porter, so he better send the bag. And he's talking about Bob Arum. When we did an interview with Bob, he called him Shane.
We got another one from Intrigue. The Incredible says, "Get the Bob father on the line for all the Bud fellas."
You guys know they put hurdles between me and Bob. Our interviews was too real.
You've been shinobied.
The truth.
They said,
the
"Yo,
truth was too much."
Bob had too much fun last time. They canceled him.
They had Ness like
that's funny, right, Doomy? How the time when he clearly is having the most fun he's ever had being interviewed on the show, and then he gets ghosted from us.
He's probably
that was all three writers in their opinion, right?
Yeah, listen, I think all three of them make excellent points. I do feel like what's Homeboy's name? Not Ben Baby. Not Ben Baby.
Parkinson's.
I do feel like Parkinson's was definitely very. Yes.
Break out the Cape soundbite.
Yeah, it seemed very for sale. At the same time, though, he's bringing another point of view that they have over there. That's fine. It's not an opinion that I happen to believe. I do like the comparisons that Baby brought to Mayweather-Pacquiao because I do feel it in a sense, and it's starting to get a little hotter. It's just not worth that. So that's why it's so much easier for me to neglect it. Like Mayweather-Pacquiao, listen, I called Mayweather a duck. I said Pacquiao, I said so many things because I wanted to see that fight, and the frustration level just got to the point where I didn't care anymore. This is not there yet, so hopefully they make it.
Shout out to Mr. Mario Munguia. He has officially paid his entire monthly fee for the Pro League. He wants to show you that his name really is Money May.
My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Money Mayweather.
Unfortunately, it is our very own Queen Naja who has been showing her Mayweather-like tactics.
We'll see in September.
Can't forget Carlito, who actually is the one that won the Pro League. But, to me, just doesn't mean the same when the girl kicked your butt by 3 points. Just saying.
We'll talk about how much money we won at the end of the year. We'll see how much that means more than anything else. Again,
it's not about that, you see, because, to me, I see Naja as the fantasy pick'em league champ. She's ahead of the pro dude by
But
3
the
points.
pro dude could be like, bro, if I wanted to, I could quit my job and just make this a living.
I'm just
I'm
saying,
like that
the point,
good at betting, and like you have that
Are
kind
you?
of
Are you
swag.
that good when the
fuck is wrong with
girl
this
who's
guy,
supposed to
man?
be an amateur? Are you that good when the girl that's supposed to be an amateur has 3 points more than you? That's all I'm saying. You can't disrespect that, champ. That's
I'm not.
a lot of points.
I'm
not.
literally like in the corner, like
I
the
already
kid
lost
that
again.
no one wants to play with this betting stuff. I'm learning still.
I
bro.
already lost again. I forgot to bet on the Atkins fight, man. Freaking.
Damn, champ. You taking all sorts of L's. They did.
I think I missed the poll
I
again.
need to
Oh,
get it.
man.
I need to get it
Screwing up,
administrating. I need to get an administrative pass, man. I can't be.
You know what? I
I
think you
can't be
deserve
held
that.
accountable to the same
Because you do
standards
so
as y'all,
much.
because I'm the one doing everything.
You're the
so
one
it's like,
doing it. Yeah. Although
it's
it does
crazy.
make you wonder why you don't just vote after you've put them up.
The same reason you don't vote when the same reason everybody doesn't vote when you put them up. You need to do the research. Just because I'm copying and pasting the names that the committee
that's where we're
submitted.
different. Listen, this is why I'm a pro and you're an amateur, because you already make the picks, then you do the research and go back. Got it? I'm helping you, champ.
No,
I'm gonna bring you pro. I'm gonna take you pro. We got you.
Shout out to my stalker. Just made it.
Who?
Call him Stockmaster.
Oh, never mind.
Stalker face. Yo, so we gave the 3. We gave the audio. We got an interview. Who's up first? We forgot all about that.
Oh, Facio Falcon.
Oh,
Facio.
Falcon. Let's get him on there.
Vamos, campeón.
Oh, that's such a great name. Like,
Ofacio
just
or the Falcon?
what a name.
Which one? Ofacio or Falcon? Which one?
The whole thing, bro.
Oh, okay.
If I could have told people my name was Ofacio Falcon, I think my life would be just so much different.
His name's the Falcon. Yo,
bro.
Is this another DR brethren or PR?
He's from the Bronx.
He's from Puerto Rico, I think. I mean, he might have some.
But he live in.
I'm not sure about.
Don't he
the
live in the
DR.
Bronx though? Or
Yeah,
no?
He's from the Boogie Down.
He's from the Bronx, but I think they relocated to Florida, like all us East Coasters want to do.
Oh,
We had him on
okay.
once or twice already. He's already moving, man. When we had him on, he was like 1-0, and now he's 4-0. He's fighting.
Bro, he's the only fighter that's had 3 fights this year. Everybody begging for 1. He already had 3 this year.
And he might end up with Top Rank. You know, he's been
Why
fighting.
you say that?
Because he's been fighting on the Top Rank Spanish bubble, the Telemundo bubble.
That's right. You're right. Ooh, good call. You're right. Damn, I didn't even think about that. He actually just fought. When was it? It was in August. It was like a few weeks ago.
Bro, I seen him ice some dude like
Word?
in the second round. Obviously he's just having fun right now, right? You know?
Yeah, of course.
This is just the beginning, but man,
he's 135, right? Or 130?
I don't know.
Ofacio
is super feather.
Super feather?
Yeah.
So that would be
call you 130?
No, not one. Yeah,
130.
130. You're right. No, 130. You're right. For super feather.
Because it's super feathers.
Because they capping for feathers.
Call you Featherface. Yeah, so the dude he fought, I don't even know his name, but he did him in, champ.
Or
yeah, man. Yo, shout out to all the journeymans, man. Tough job, man. Tough job.
Yo, so back to the main subject though. Like, should Should
we still be happy about the Terence Crawford Kell Brook fight?
No, I mean we gotta be. It's over.
Wait, what you mean I gotta be?
This is what we get.
Why do I gotta be anything?
So if I don't like a bowl of Frosted Flakes, I gotta eat it. I can't have my.
I gotta buy it anyway.
That's the only thing Mama got in the cupboard.
Damn.
Nah, bruh. Mama got other welterweights in the cupboard.
Nah.
I mean cereal.
Mama ain't got those welterweights.
Damn.
They not
You gotta
fair.
get the bag cereal, the one that don't come in the box.
I gotta settle for kicks.
I'm just saying, look, at
I
this
actually like
point,
kicks.
I'm not even mad no more at this point. You got Brook training. He really wants it. There's no one else. All the options are gone now, unless they. I mean, it's not like they can't send Porter an offer to be real. They could at this point. Porter's already. That's it. He's done. He fought. So you could send him an offer.
I respect the champ. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little disappointed at the energy. Not because it's hypocritical or anything. Just because I don't know. I guess I feel like if we don't hold them accountable, or at least. Like, we can't just let things pass every time, even though this is an understandable situation. And that's what we talked about Brian Custer with. Like, where's that line between understanding that this is a difficult time that nobody has experience with and also, demanding the best fight the best. But
I'll tell you what, I'll take it. I'll take it. Like Ness said, we gotta like it, right? But I'm gonna take it just because I've been also, saying that if we get a revitalized Kell Brook, Kell Brook that's, feeling good, he's in a good place, we could get a good fight, man.
I love that narrative.
He gave when he's in shape, when he's not suffering, and getting drinked out. If he's been training the right way and he's losing the weight the right way. All those things are going to really, really factor in because the major thing I think in Yaz's minds is the weight, right? He's going to get sucked in, right? But if he's been doing it right,
he said,
call you I laughy laugh.
He said, how you make a serial reference about Kell Brook and not say Special K? That's true. Yo, but the funny part is that, that Steve Kim was like, yo, Special K is not so special anymore.
Yeah. He said Brook is not so Special K.
Yo,
That's
which is it's just a breath of fresh air, man. Because you hear it so much. It's the truth. You hear things so much. You might start to question yourself, like, damn, am I really just a hater? And it's like, all right, okay. The rest of the world realizes that this dude is not on his level. This is not what we want. We just all going to accept it because it is what it is. We'll call it a pandemic fight.
Nah, you know what though? I'll be real. I've always agreed with Steve on this subject. I feel like even though his opinion in the past have seemed like they toe the company line, when it comes to Crawford, I feel like he's just right. It just so happens to line up with what Top Rank, what's good for Top Rank, because he would say, Ramirez, and he'd push the Josh Taylor unification, and he'd just give the options that were not necessarily PBC and understand what they're worth. So, it's just like, it's like everything else. I think that Steve is very good at his job, and I also think that he isn't as biased as people try to make him out to be.
Call you non-biased.
All right, so Ofacio didn't have Skype. What's up with that?
What?
Hey, what happened?
Like,
he didn't have Skype.
Like as an app?
Like on his phone. After we started doing interviews like this, I realized people don't get the phone with the big gigs. Like, they be like, oh, man, now I got to delete some apps. I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, I ain't got no space. I'm like, what?
Word. Yeah, that used to happen to me too, though. But that's like older phones, I think.
What you had, a 16 gig, man?
Bro, when I was in college,
kids,
hell yeah, I had a 16 gig.
Bro, that's for kids, man.
Yeah, bro, but they don't make those
16s
anymore.
16s are for kids.
But they don't make those anymore.
16-inch bike rims, kids. 16-inch gig phones, kids. 16 years old, kids.
This guy, man, you kidding me or what?
Bro, I was
16,
in college.
it's just kids.
I was broke. I worked at a convenience store. Like, I could only afford 16 gigs.
Dog,
or I didn't have a phone. Word. Yo, I'm from the era where the rich kid, it was first a class thing about cell phones.
Bro. You got excuses. You're considered a
No
millennial.
excuses.
You're considered a millennial. You should have had a phone.
I'm considered an old millennial.
You should have had a phone
Bro,
with a lot of gigs a long time ago.
He said, I'm Jesus' age right now.
There's people out here got whole businesses off their phone. You talking about?
Listen to me. I grew up with friends whose parents charged them to have birthday parties in their backyard. No lie. And I'm not talking like.
What you mean? Wait a minute. You're saying I'm your son and I gotta pay you.
You're in
You're
eighth
talking
grade,
about,
and
Lil
it's your
Tim
birthday,
gotta pay dues?
and you're having a party at the house on Saturday for all your friends, and you're being charged a backyard rental fee by your parents.
Damn.
That's where I grew up.
Lil Tim getting taxed.
All that shows me is that you should have been a hustler like your parents.
Lil Tim getting taxed.
Oh, so your parents did that for you? To you?
I ain't saying my parents
did
did that.
You would do that to your son?
Listen to me. Listen to me. Hear me out.
I win.
Hear me out. I'm not saying they did that to me. They ain't charged me to use the backyard, but I'm saying they hustlers. You should have just activate your hustler gene that your parents have passed down to you.
They hustling their kids.
Everybody. They hustling everybody, even their own kid. You gotta respect that.
I feel you. I grew up there, bro.
That's the grind. They're like, yo, we in the bottom, we getting out of here. You know?
I'm gonna put you to sleep.
That's like Kell Brook. Kell Brook's like, yo, y'all don't believe me? I'm coming at the top. But Eddie is like, yo, but I'm your promoter, so just in case, let's make sure this offer's a little softer for your tushy to land on when you get knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
yeah, he's no American.
Super chat says, for some reason, we lower our standards for Crawford. Meanwhile, Spence was in a life-threatening accident and coming straight back to Danny. # levels.
Well,
the levels is good. The levels is good.
Also, # big fish, man, is, you know. It's one thing to say things, another thing's to really do what you say.
This is true.
This is true. So is Ofacio going to call in, or is he going to be on?
What the hell?
Bro, that's scary. What y'all doing?
Wasn't that Earl? He got it.
Call him, I got it.
Call him, let's go.
Call him, I got it. Yo, see why he was offered a tune-up.
Who?
I mean, yeah, he was offered a tune-up, but that lets you know that he's going straight for the gusto off an accident, even though they offered him one. He want to contend at the top.
I respect that.
Nah, I mean, he could have said he didn't want to take a pay cut. He could have said that. You know what I'm saying? He could have said.
He could have said any excuse.
He could have said, "I'm not fighting till next year." You know what I'm saying? And people would have been throwing tomatoes at him and everything, all types of names. But you know, it's usually like that. You know, the ones doing all the work, they get criticized.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it work out like that sometimes, but.
Yo, he killing me. I got he joined the wrong side. You joined the wrong one, Ofacio.
You joined the back call?
He joined the back call. You with the gorillas over there.
Oh, man.
Keep your hands up.
Shark-infested waters.
DM me.
Let's throw him a lifeline. What you
DM
doing?
me your email, Facio. You on the wrong side. Give me your email so I can add you to this side over here, champ, so you can be on screen with the big dogs. You in the back with the wolves and the gorillas. Be careful. They coming. I'm telling you, boy. Don't.
Bruh, you
whatever you do,
a couple of guys.
Whatever you do, don't say you're not a Crawford fan, bruh. If you say you're not a Crawford, you're done. You're done.
And if you like Canelo, just pretend you don't.
For real, man. Let's see, Ofacio, boom, boom, boom. Nothing. I'm on it. Yeah, I need the email.
Oh, imagine I go up to a girl right at the bar, and she's like, "Oh, what's your name?" I'm like, Ofacio Falcone.
Yo,
she
you
like,
ain't got no kids.
Let's go. Let's go.
You ain't got no kids.
Mario's gonna go to his mirror and twist his mustache like Ofacio.
Mario needs to change his name to Ofacio, dog. He need to change his name. I mean, not change his name, but he need to name his kid Ofacio. He like that name. Imagine Ofacio Monguia.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'll F around and give him a middle name Falcone.
Oh my God, really?
Bro, I think it's like a strong name. Y'all don't think so? I feel like he could be a wrestler, a superhero, a lawyer, just like the real version of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, that's just a strong name.
There you go. There you go.
You're in class, like Falcone.
Yes. She's like, and then you're like, say the whole name. Like, well, you're obviously present. No. Class don't begin until you call my full name.
Call you name face.
Ofacio the Falcon Falcon. That's my middle name.
Yo, so
The
I hit
Falcon.
him up. Hopefully he got it. Hopefully he got it now.
He got it. He got it. He got it.
But
We could keep saying how we're gonna be okay and happy with this Kell Brook fight because
I mean, as long as it's not an ESPN pay-per-view, you know, as long as it's an ESPN bubble fight on Plus or live ESPN, I'm
It
cool.
would be okay if it was a pay-per-view if they really stacked the undercard.
exactly. I
Like
was
if
about
they
to
had
say.
Nui in there
Nah, that
with,
ain't they ain't gonna get my money.
with Casemiro, bro. It's
A
because you
Nui.
casual, bro. You casual.
Nope. Don't nobody want a Nui. Nope.
You a casual fan. It's all right.
Nope.
Yo, a Nui Jason Maloney on that card is not. It's not trash.
Jason Maloney, didn't his brother just get pulverized?
I always love when that uses these like different verbs or
Pulverized.
nouns. So, yeah,
Bruh.
to
It just
say-
sounds like
It sounds so much
getting
more.
obliterated to
Yes,
screams.
My
he
man-
makes it sound so much more demeaning.
My man just got bodied the last time we see him. Oh man, Ofacio about to be late, and we got another guest at 10. It's clicking and ticking.
Yeah, it's
Clicking
tick,
and
tick,
ticking,
ticking.
Mr. Facio.
Talk about the trash that is WBA, bro. Sergio Martinez at number 6, doggies.
Yo, that was crazy. I seen that.
That was
I
crazy,
seen
bro.
that. I seen
That had Twitter in an uproar. Everybody's
seen it.
panties on Twitter was twisted last night, and well deserved.
Wow,
because that's
last
outrageous.
night that was out early in the morning.
Well, I just meant like from when I saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw it on Twitter last night. Like the backlash. Well, I had seen it throughout the day, but
That's crazy.
yeah, man, that's
How?
crazy. Yo.
Isn't he like in the legendary?
Yo, I
league?
follow this dude, Historian Boxing, I think his name is. It's crazy, Doomy, because he works so hard at coming up with stats. And, bro, nobody follows this guy. He has like 900 followers. And he does the kind of work that should have 20,000 minimum. You know, he puts in so much work. Anyway, and maybe it's something about him, I don't know. But anyway, he put out this stat yesterday. Damn it. I know I liked it. I'm going to find it because it's worth repeating. But it was this WBO stat, and it was something about how many fighters with losing records they've promoted over like the last fight. It was some, I don't even want to butcher it, but he called them out, bro. And if that stat was true, because obviously I don't know for sure. I mean, he did the research. Yo, it's nuts. It's nuts. And the Sergio Martinez thing wasn't the only part of it that was whack. Like, just, I don't know. It was crazy, bro. I think Doomy's fighting for a WBO title next. I mean, WBA title.
All right, I'm going to have to do this myself. I'm going to have to add him myself, fellas.
Adam Champion. Ugas fighting for a WBA. Like, everybody fighting for a WBA. It's like crazy, bro.
I mean, who did he beat? It was this guy that he just fought.
But the WBA is worse than any other sanctioning body. I'm not defending them in any way. Am I trying to defend them with my next statement? But they doing what the WBO is doing. Like WBO is super aligned with Top Rank, so WBA is now in bed with PBC.
Yeah.
You know, we had asked ourselves like, yo, why PBC don't deal with the WBO? Now we seeing because they got enough WBA straps to go around.
WBO stands for whatever Bob offers up, but you know they changed that narrative that WBA they're gonna have to find something for it because it is getting a little ridiculous. A lot of ridiculous, actually.
Super.
Bro, and they always had to have like a regular title. I remember it was like 2012-ish, maybe 14-ish, somewhere around there. And it was just like, yo, every division has a regular belt. And then some of them even had interim titles. And it was like, why is there a regular and an interim? And it was just like, oh man, I remember at one point they had like 4 titles.
At one point they were supposed to abolish it. And, you know, they were like, oh, Daniel Jacobs is the champ. Jason Sosa is the champ. We're going to get rid of that. And, you know, that never happened. They were supposed to be merging the super and the regular, and it just never happened. Never happened. I don't know what's happening. Speaking of, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's up with Fascios right now.
Well, I do know that Brian Francis nailed it. Ready for this one? WBA. We bout Al. That's nice. That's nice. Well done. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking in my head, couldn't figure it out. That man got it.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
We bout Al.
Bro,
super regular interim champ.
This is ruining
King
his
Unmuted,
interview,
right?
bro. This is ruining his interview.
I know it sucks, man.
Look, I added him now. Hopefully he gets it now.
What? Lawrence, he said Cruiserweight still has 4 belts. No, they don't.
He's still on the back call, champ.
No, he's not. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro, I think they knocked him out and took his wallet.
Darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
They verbally tied him up.
How does he not see? Do you not see that call right there? If I'm literally calling you.
Get over here!
All right, let's see if the cruiserweights have 4 belts, the WBA. So they have the WBA champion, Arsen, which we know. And then we know that Shumanov has the regular title at cruiserweight. Riyad Merhy, Merhy. That's not how you say that, right? Murray, whatever, is the WB interim cruiserweight champion. Yeah, they really do have 4 different. Oh no, it's 3. It's Arsen, Shumanov, and Riyad. That's crazy, bro. I am looking at it on ESPN's because they do the when you go to the champion list at ESPN, they don't have it as well in depth as the Boxing Voices rankings, which are full and complete and offer up all 4 major belts plus the ring. All right. And we are always championing for the IBO, but it's not there. You can go to theboxingvoice.com / backslash the rankings, right? / one of them. boxingvoice.com / the rankings. And you can go there and see all the rankings 1 through 15. But, we don't keep track of worthless belts. So you're going to have to go to ESPN to find out who these other champions are that are outside of the regular and main. I don't even. What do you call it when you have 4 champions? Or 3, I guess, in this case.
In what division? The cruiserweight?
A cruiserweight. Yeah, it's in cruiserweight. But I'm looking bro, I think they got it in everything. At least 3. WBA's got Dimitri Bivol, which we knew. John Pascal's the regular, which we knew. And then Dominic Bozell is the WBA interim. Yo, Callum Smith, champion at super middleweight for the WBA. Canelo's the WBA regular. And David Morrell is the WBA interim. Yo,
that shit confuses the hell out of
division, do me. Every single one so far, except for now junior middleweight and welterweight now. Yo, this is nuts, bro.
Why can't they just have 1 belt per provision, and everything else just leave it on paper? Confuse the crowd with all these belts.
Oh, they're saying Egroff or whatever is the WBA gold champion, but what the freak? But that's not the gold belt is. Wait, for the WBA, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
WBA.
Where is he ranked in the rankings?
Welterweight?
Yeah, no. At cruise. Wait. Damn. Hold on.
It's gotta be cruiserweight. Everybody else. Yeah, WBO is vacant in the cruiserweight.
Let me
man, I want to see Dorticus, man. I'll never get to see Dorticus freaking in the heavyweight division.
He's supposed to fight when is it? I saw a story the other day where he's getting a fight. Or did he just have a fight?
Maybe he's fighting out in Eastern Europe because I would have liked to have seen him fight
Yeah, if I remember correctly, there was no like TV at all associated with it yet.
Bro, and he's like, he's not super big, to go into the heavyweights, but he packs a good punch. He has a good reach, 80-inch reach.
80-inch reach.
Yeah. But yeah, not just looking at the cruiserweights, because you never really get to hear anything about the cruiserweights. I mean, anything happening, they don't get the.
It's gonna be the shortest interview.
You there?
Yeah, we got
there.
him.
He is. There's the champ.
Ofacio.
How you guys doing today?
Ofacio, what's up, man?
We're good, brother.
How you guys doing today?
We're good.
We're good.
It took me a while to get in this, right?
It
little
took
bit,
you a
little
while.
bit.
It took you a while, man.
Hey, you know what, champ? It looks
Turn
like
it.
you have your
Rotation
thing
lock.
Yeah, your screen lock. You just bring it down at the tab on the corner.
My screen lock.
Yeah, you got rotation lock on.
Rotation lock. That's what it's called.
Press the little
Like,
lock button.
There you go.
Perfect. Awesome.
Damn, Ofacio. You supposed to be young, man. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old. I just turned 20.
Yo, and let me tell you, the reason we had an issue is because you got two Skypes. You just made a new one. You had an old Skype because ain't nobody else got the name Ofacio.
I don't remember me having a Skype. Maybe when I was younger, probably. Like me playing video games or something. I don't remember, bro.
But
I see the gamer chair. You got the gamer chair.
I got
Let's
everything.
go, champ. Let's go, champ.
I'm about to show you something right now. Hold on.
Let's see it. Show us.
Hold on. Got this whole setup right here.
Ooh, the boy's Neo in the Matrix.
Okay. So what do? You play games or you do a podcast? What are you doing there?
I just honestly I play for fun. That's like my side hobby. You know what I'm saying? Something for the
Word.
side.
You live stream?
No live stream, just me playing.
No live stream,
honestly.
just you.
Just me playing.
All right.
So how
That's
are
what's
you,
up.
man? How's everything going?
Everything's going great so far. I just fought August 21st. That was about like a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Fought a tough guy. He was a very tough and rugged guy. I came out victorious once again, but that was probably one of my toughest fights simply because how rugged the fight was.
Nelson Colon.
Yeah, I've never gotten
Puerto Rico.
During a fight, I've never gotten hit low. I've never gotten hit behind my head. So that was something I had to adapt to during the fight, which is what made the fight a bit harder. And other than that, it was a great fight. Not only that, about a week before a fight, the scariest thing about boxing right now, like before fights, are getting injured before the fight.
Of course.
A week before that fight, I was sparring, and my last sparring session, I ended up hitting a guy's elbow.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that carried on to this fight. In the third round, I hit the guy's elbow, the same elbow with the same hand.
Sting.
Oh, man.
And when I went to the doctor about a week ago, I tore this ligament.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah.
they're saying I should be able to come back in a week or two.
Word, that's what's up.
That works. Yeah.
So I think the last time we talked to you were just 1-0 or gonna make a debut. And
My debut.
I know, bro. You got 4 fights already. That was like really, really fast. And you're staying busy this year with the pandemic. You're staying. You already got 3 fights, like February, June, August. When are you expected back?
October, November.
Okay.
We was gonna fight on ESPN, a Top Rank card on what was it, September 19th. And what happened was I tore this ligament and I had a big knot behind my head because of the fight, my last fight. So they had a doctor's letter saying that I wasn't able to fight for that fight. So now we're looking around for something else.
Man, we were talking earlier. You've already had 3 fights this year. Is that I mean, you're fortunate because of all the COVID stuff. How many would you like to get in like next year? Let's say that things are better and you get to have a regular schedule. How many would you like to fit in?
About 4 or 5. I'm an average 4 or 5. This year I had 3. I should be able to end the year with 4 fights because of this pandemic. And God willing, next year I can have 4 or 5. That'll be great.
Now, is there any talks with you and Top Rank? I know that when we first talked to you, there was a possibility you might sign with them. Did that happen, or are you still on a fight by fight? They're still looking at you.
They're still looking at me. I'm thinking because of this pandemic, it slowed it down a bit, sadly. So I wasn't able to fight on a lot of their cards because they have a lot of people that they need to put on their shows. So I'm not able to be fighting under them so much. And they have to pay attention to their fighters specifically because there's coronavirus an issue. You know what I'm saying? So
Of
I mean,
course.
I think that because of that, it slowed it down. Well, hopefully, God willing, the end of this year, in the beginning of next year, the middle, whatever it happens, I'm patient, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Now,
Ofacio, let me ask you real quick, Ness. Let me squeeze this in. The other day they had Morataya, I think, and they were talking about how he was basically fighting for a contract on the top rank fights last weekend. And I had brought up the idea during the bubble, like we got these fighters coming on. Like, what if they were to have, like, I don't know if you watch UFC, but the Ultimate Fighter at the end, they fight for a contract. What if they were to approach you and say, listen, we want to try something. We want to have, the contract tournament, you and 3 other guys, and you fight for the right to have a contract with Top Rank. Like, would you be opposed or would you be for doing something like that?
That'd be really cool, actually. That sounds really cool. That sounds like something I would do. That's a great idea, honestly.
Yeah.
But I feel like there would be a lot of people who wouldn't want to do it because there's a lot of things in boxing. People don't want to lose their O. So
yes.
In that tournament, they will have to put 4 or 3 great guys, good guys. It wouldn't be just anyone, And I feel like that would be a major problem because no one wants to lose their O,
Oh, that's very understandable.
So
it would have to be like a prize money at the end, right?
Huh?
It would have to be like a prize money situation also at the end, right?
At the end, exactly. It has to be bigger. It's going to have to be worth it for the fighters,
Definitely.
They're going to risk everything.
Definitely.
It's a good
Go ahead, Ness.
Nah, I wanted to ask your managerial situation. Are you with McWaters, David McWaters, or no?
No.
Who's
I'm currently alone right now.
No manager.
Wow.
How the heck are you getting on Spanish TV? You're on Telemundo.
It was because of my old managers, but we had a little issue, so that's not happening anymore.
Who was the old manager?
It was Box Lab Management.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Damn,
okay.
And you're done with them already. So that wasn't a long-term situation?
It was supposed to be a long-term situation, but sadly, some things went left, and a big disagreement.
I'm not trying to be too nosy, but I'm definitely being nosy. How do you get out of a long-term situation without doing the long-term?
It must have really done something, huh?
It was no contract involved. It was a shake hand.
Oh, okay, good.
Beautiful.
So that was the way out. But it was just a disagreement. That's all.
No, but everything that works.
They're still great guys. Those guys are still awesome people. So.
Oh, okay, good.
No, that works.
Good. I'm glad it wasn't anything like
as long
shady.
As
no,
or you got hurt or nothing. That's great.
No.
That's great.
Those guys are great. Those are awesome people, and I wish them nothing but the best.
Any interest that you've gotten so far, or any leads, or any bites, or any plans whatsoever? I mean, would you like to sign with somebody right away, or do you think doing your own thing for a little bit could be beneficial?
I'm a little bit on the both. I'm on both sides right now. I mean, I would love to sign to Top Rank, The Zone, Golden Boy Promotion. I would love to sign one of those big promotions,
Of course.
But at this moment, because of this pandemic, I don't see that happening anytime soon, simply because they're not looking into people at the moment. They're not looking into a lot of people. They're focusing on their people.
Being a little tighter with the money.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that. And because of that, I feel like doing my own thing at the moment, because I have no choice. I'll just keep building and they'll see me eventually,
Of course.
Top Rank's already looking at me. I'm just waiting until they give me maybe God willing, a contract or a 4-year deal, something, whatever they want to throw at me. And we go from there, But if not, then I'm looking forward to something else,
Hey, we've seen the Moratayas, we've seen Clay Collard, we've seen who else? Nova. We've seen guys come in out of the bubble and make a name for themselves. You know what I mean? Do something. Do you ever feel that, like, heading into these fights, like, man, I got to go out there and do something that's going to, catch me on SportsCenter? Like, or do you still feel like the bubble fights still feel like any other fight?
Every fight to me is an important fight because every fight could change my life. And every fight determines whether or not I'm going to make it or not. So I take every fight serious. So
Love that.
To answer your question, every fight's important to me. And I take every fight serious, and I got to do something every fight. The outcome may not come up to what I had in mind, because in my head, I'm over here trying to knock the guy out the ring or something. You know what I'm saying? But that never happens, obviously. But I go in there and I do what I do best, and whatever the outcome is. But I'm there to win. And of course get a highlight. And that would be great.
Well, three out of four has ended early for you. So
yeah,
I'm
My
sure we're gonna
first
see
round,
more
my
later.
first fight was the third round. Second fight was the third round. The third fight was the
First round, right?
Was the first, yeah. But
Yeah.
this fight went all 6.
Yeah,
was a great
majority decision. Like you said, it was a guy who, had some tactics, brought him in there for you. But I feel like you adjusted well. I feel like you adjusted well. I feel like not only did you make adjustments, but you didn't get suckered into moments where you could have easily gotten suckered in. A young fighter with his pride on the line, but you did your thing, man, for real.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It was a hard fight, but we came out. I feel like that fight gave me a lot of experience and I learned from it. Simply because I only had about 9 months in the pros now, and I'm only learning and I'm still growing, So I learned a lot from that fight, and I'm happy that fight actually did happen.
Is that the fight that you feel like, kind of welcomed you into the pro style?
I would say yes, simply because that one and my pro debut. Because my debut, I fought a bigger guy. The guy was he fights at 35 and ended up meeting him at 30. I came in at 129 and he came in at 134. And we still fought him, and I ended up stopping in the third round. And after my fight, he stopped the guy who was on. He was 6-1 with 6 KOs, Puerto Rico. He stopped him on Telemundo, so that that showed a lot to me.
Yes.
He stopped him on 35 too. And then my last fight, that also showed a lot to me because it shows that because the first guy was boxing, this guy he was putting a lot of pressure, and it showed that I don't fold. You know what I'm saying? I still do my thing. I stay in there and I can adjust. And I feel like that's the main thing about boxing, adjusting.
Definitely, man.
Ofacio, we have questions. Ness, I can't find them anywhere on Patreon. We usually have questions.
Well, I'm gonna have to. We do have some, but I gotta reschedule you because of the.
For those questions, gotcha.
Because of the time.
Yeah, because I had scheduled the manager of Elvis Rodriguez, so I'm actually telling him, "Yo, give me like another 7 minutes so I could, be done with Ofacio." And I'm telling him he should listen since you don't got a manager. I mean, he's already with Top Rank. He's already got Elvis.
Elvis doing great, man.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, my second fight, me and him fought on the same card. I met him, Freddie Roach. We all fought in the same card, Telemundo.
There you go. So
I remember y'all being on that card together.
I will bring you up in this interview, so that hopefully he could give you a call, man. You never know what he can do for you.
You're right. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
But so, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, so tell us, what do you do? You mentioned the video games. What other than video games do you get into? Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Outside of boxing, I'm more of like a family guy. I just hang out with my family a lot. I feel like time is limited in this world and it runs by fast. So I'm really with my family. I be reading books, study a lot of real estate stuff.
That's what's up.
Because I try to learn how to invest early. So later on, I won't have any struggles, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to learn that at this moment. I'm thinking about going back to college for that as well, because honestly, learning it on my own is kind of hard. I'd rather have someone who knows more than me teach me that. So I'm thinking about going that part-time. And just to learn how to invest. I've been reading a lot of money books and how to invest my money, how to save my money, what to put my money into to get a great outcome from, big stuff, That's
what's up, man.
Video games on the side just to stay out the streets, because there's nothing in there.
Of course.
And over here is bad, huh?
Are you in the BX or you relocated to Florida, right?
No, I'm in the BX right now. I live here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you was just training in Florida when we spoke to you last. Were you just training down there, or you sparred down there? What?
I just fought down there.
Oh, so you were never from Florida?
No, never from Florida. No.
Oh, okay. So born and raised in the BX?
Born in PR, Ponce.
Oh,
Ponce. Wow.
Raised in the Bronx.
Nice. That will work when it comes to signing, definitely. Being born over there. There you go.
That makes it even more sense for Top Rank to me.
All right, so now that makes sense. You see, I had seen pictures of you or video of you sparring versus, I believe it was Josue Vargas, but it was in Florida, so I just thought like, okay.
No, that wasn't here. That was in New York. I never sparred in Florida over there.
Really? I hope I'm not confusing you, but yeah, man. So All right, New York City. So do you get any work with Chris Colbert? Because, Bronx and Flatbush.
No, I haven't gotten any work with him yet. No, I haven't gotten any work with him yet.
Why not? It's hard. You don't know him?
Imagine that'd be easy to set up, no?
Yeah, it probably would be easy to set up. We just don't really talk. That's all that it is. I've never conversated with him. I mean, I've been in the amateurs with him, and he was there for one of my fights, but I don't remember us actually exchanging social medias or numbers or just conversating with each other. That's probably the big reason why. But I know for sure, probably my next fighter, so I'm definitely gonna get work from them.
So all right, so what gym you train out of out here?
I mean, right now I'm currently training at John's Boxing Gym, right there in Jerome 174. I mean, no, excuse me, that's in Jerome Avenue on Mount Eden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm training there. But I'm all around. I go places to spar on Long Island. I go to Connecticut. I go places to spar. I don't always stay, stationed.
What's that gym like? I mean, is it a lot of novice guys or mostly young, mostly old?
It's a mixture of everything. They have some pros who are 5-0 with 4 KOs. They have 2-1s. They have a bunch of veterans who are let's say 7-14. They have a bunch of pros over there.
Good.
A lot of pros come there as well. Josue Vargas comes there. He's one of the pros that go there. Isu Kingda goes there. There's a lot of pros that go.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. So it looks like
What's
we
good,
got
brother?
Benjamin on. What's going on, Benny?
What's up, Benny?
Man?
Hey, so we have Ofacio Jr. He says you guys met. He says he fought on the undercard of Elvis Rodriguez.
He said they were there.
No, they were there. Yeah. It was Freddie Roach. It was Freddie Roach. Elvis was wearing, I think, was yellow and purple that day.
Yeah, it was the Kobe.
Yeah. I fought the
Miami.
You're somewhere in Florida, yeah, right? It was in Florida, Ofacio?
Yeah, it was in Florida. Yes, it was on a Telemundo card.
I didn't know.
Oh, look at.
I didn't know we was gonna get Elvis. I thought we was gonna get you. You didn't tell me it was Elvis. Estaba durmiendo, campeón.
Sí.
Yo pensé que íbamos a hablar con tu manejador. No sabía que te íbamos a tener en el programa hoy. ¿Cómo está?
Estamos bien, todo bien.
Let him know Ofacio's there.
Tengo una persona que dice que te conoció en Miami. Ofacio Jr. lo conoce. ¿Te recuerdas de él?
Claro.
¿Cómo está, bro?
Bueno, le estábamos haciendo una entrevista, pero Ofacio, te vamos a pedir la gracia. If you can, please, brother, give out your social media. We're going to reschedule to get those other questions back in, but we got to pick up with Benji and Elvis now. I want to thank you once again, but please give out that social media if anybody that isn't following you can do so.
No problem. I want to thank you guys for this opportunity. My social media is Ofacio Falcon Jr. That's OFACIOFALCON JR, and that's on everything. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
That's what's up, man. We'll see you soon, Alfacio.
For those tuning in and obviously, non-Spanish speaking, all I did was introduce them and remind him that they met each other in Miami. And, obviously, I also let Elvis know we did not know we were going to have him on, and thanked him for waking up early. But Dumi, you could take over the translations. And Mario, if you want to jump in, go ahead. And Ofacio, man, I want to thank you once again, brother.
Thank you, man. Yo, Elvis, keep doing your thing, bro.
All right.
I'll see you there.
So thank Elvis for coming on. And I guess first questions first is, how's he doing right now since the start of the bubble and everything that he's been able to accomplish in such a short amount of time? What's that roller coaster been like?
Mario Munguía, primeramente, gracias por compartir con nosotros hoy en esta mañana. Mario quiere saber que cómo estás y cómo te ha ido y cómo te sientes en la manera que todo te ha ido en las peleas que has tenido en el bubble.
Bueno, estamos bastante bien, gracias a Dios, y nos sentimos muy bien por cómo las cosas han estado saliendo, porque hemos trabajado bastante fuerte para eso y gracias a Dios las cosas han salido súper bien.
Yeah, he said we're feeling real good about how everything's going, man, and we've been working real hard, so we are happy about how that's going, and yeah.
Ask him to take us back to his last fight and just, I guess, all the back and forth. It was a fight that went from 140 to a few different weights, few different gloves. Just ask him about that. Could he give us any details and speak on the frustration, if any?
Néstor, ¿quieres saber si los puedes hablar un poco de lo que pasó antes de la pelea, en las preguntas sobre los guantes y los pesos y todas esas cosas que tal vez te dio una frustración, pero dilos tú cómo tú tomaste todo eso.
Bueno, o sea, yo tomé la cosa normal, tranquilo, que yo ¿sabes? Voy bien concentrado a hacer mi trabajo. Sabíamos el trabajo que era que teníamos que hacer. Yo no dejé que nada de eso me trabajara la mente, sino estábamos concentrados en ganar la pelea y en lucir bien y darle un buen espectáculo esa noche.
Yeah, he said that pretty much, man. I just ran through it smoothly. I got a job to do, and we were concentrated on the job. We know that it needed to be done, and we wanted to look good. That was another thing. We wanted to look good, and that was what was on the mind.
Yo, so ask him. He's got 9 KOs in a row. 9 KOs to win. I think he's still a few off the record, but ask him if he knows about it. Ask him if he knows they brought it up in his fights, and ask him if it's in the back of his mind at all, and what he thinks about chasing that record.
And what is this record?
It's the most wins by knockout in a row to start off your career. And I forgot how many. Top Rank put it up, and I tried to find it, but I can't find the information. But I'm wondering if he even knows about it. You know what I mean?
Elvis, ¿quieres saber, Mario, si tú te das cuenta de que hay un récord que tú tal vez puedes quebrar también si sigues en la trayectoria que tienes 9 knockouts? Entonces, él quiere saber si ese tal vez una meta tuya de tal vez llegar a ese récord y quebrarlo, de un boxeador empezando de su carrera y noqueando a todos los oponentes y siguiendo a noqueándolos y tal vez llegar a quebrar ese récord. Si tú sabías de ese récord. Bueno, porque se lo mencionaron durante tu pelea.
Yeah. Ese no es un objetivo que tal vez tengamos de casi, tú sabes, en mente, o que sea un objetivo de nosotros, pero porque yo no subo a buscar knockout en la pelea. Yo soy de la persona que digo que el knockout sale solo, porque si tú cuando subes y que a buscar un knockout, nada de las cosas se te enredan en la pelea. Yo subo bien concentrado a ganar mi pelea, a lucir bien, a hacer un buen trabajo. Y tú sabes, como te dije, los knockouts salen solo.
Yeah, he says that, it's an objective of theirs, to, knock somebody out. But really, when he's going in there, concentrated. And he's not looking for the knockout. He's one to believe that, the knockouts come, because sometimes you chasing the knockout and things could go bad for you. So, he goes in there to look good, and make sure that, he's doing what he got to do.
But mentally, knockout chase you.
But mentally, he's got to have that pressure. Like, he has to go in there wanting it, but not necessarily looking for it. But ask him if that's playing in his mind to continue, because he's got 9 fights, 9 KOs. Like, who doesn't want to keep knocking people out?
And it's part of the marketing. I think Top Rank is starting to explore that.
Absolutely. I mean, but too much information to unpack.
No, Nes quiere saber si aún así, si esa es todavía tu mentalidad, ¿verdad? Cuando tú sales a pelear, tu mentalidad es para noquear al oponente.
O sea, tú sabes que esa es la mejor manera. Tú sabes que uno como boxeador, eso es lo que uno quiere, brillar siempre, que la cámara tenga arriba de uno y hacer la cosa de la mejor manera posible. Y yo creo que dando knockout, así es la mejor manera.
He says, you already know, man. You want to do what's spectacular. You want to be under them lights. You know what I'm saying? Knocking the guy out. That's what you want to do as a boxer. So yeah, that's always in mind.
Has he surprised himself? Because again, 9 fights, 9 KOs. They're all on television. Has he surprised himself, or did he know he was this heavy-handed and that he can continuously get these knockouts?
Quiero saber, Néstor, si en una manera cualquiera te has sorprendido tú mismo de los 9 peleas, 9 knockouts y que lo continúas a hacer. Y en una manera tú te has sorprendido.
O si tú siempre has sabido que tenía la mano pesada.
Sí, sí, tú sabes, uno más o menos no sabe del poder que uno cuenta, tú sabes, pero aparte de eso es el trabajo que yo estoy haciendo en mi campamento, tú sabes que estamos trabajando súper fuerte y eso le da un poco más de confianza a uno, que uno sabe que tiene el potencial para poder seguir logrando eso y seguimos trabajando de la manera que lo estamos haciendo.
Yeah, apart from the knockout, he knows what he's doing, hitting the good job that he's doing in the camps. He's putting in the work, and that's what really counts.
Him, is he fearful that because of his, record and knockout, that Freddie may not let him spar with Manny whenever Manny starts camp, and has he already sparred with Manny?
¿Quieres saber, Ernesto, si tú crees que Freddy tal vez no te deja guantear con Manny Pacquiao?
¿Por el poder? ¿O
Por el
si
poder.
ya tú has guanteado con él?
No, todavía yo no he tenido la oportunidad de hacerle sparring con él. Solamente una sola vez que él estuvo aquí en un campamento, tuve la oportunidad de conocerlo y eso, pero nunca he hecho sparring con él.
Yeah, he said he's never really sparred Pacquiao. He got to meet him once, and got to see him, but he's still yet to spar.
Does he think Freddie would let him spar him? He didn't.
¿Crees que Freddy tal vez te pone ahí a guantear con Manny Pacquiao? ¿Qué tú crees?
Sí, puede hacer, nadie sabe, ojalá y se dé la oportunidad un día, sería una experiencia bien grande.
Yeah, he said you never know. Why not? It's possible, and it would be great. It would be a great experience for me.
Ask him. Go ahead.
Did he spar with Postal, and how were those sparring sessions? I'll slow down. Just that.
¿Quieres saber, Ernesto, si también tal vez tú guanteaste con Víctor Postal?
Sí, con Víctor Postal sí hice varias sesiones de guanteo. Fue el año pasado, fue en abril, en abril, y fueron unas sesiones de guanteo bastante buenas. O sea que Postal un boxeador de mucha calidad, y cada vez que uno tiene un sparring así de ese nivel, tú sabes que uno lo que hace es aprender.
Yeah, he said he definitely had some sparring with Victor Postal back in April, he thinks, and you already know, man, when you get in sparring with guys like Victor Postal, he's a great boxer. You can only get better.
Damn, so no work for this camp? No work for this camp? For Postal's camp this time? They didn't get to...
For Ramirez.
Para la pelea de Ramírez, no te llamaron para guantear.
No.
Ask him why. Ask him why he thinks he didn't get the call.
¿Y por qué tú crees que no te dieron la llamadita?
He was working on his own fight, so right?
No, tú sabes que como yo soy un boxeador de guardia zurda y Ramírez.
That's right.
Tenemos un estilo bastante diferente.
Claro, es verdad, tú eres zurdo.
Yeah, he said, yeah, you already know, man. I'm a southpaw, man. So, it would have been.
Dang.
That's what I thought that word was. I was like, wait. Doomy just taught me that word the other day. Ask him what it's like being from the not what it's like, but being a fighter from the DR comes with certain, like he's propped it up, right? But a lot of times we see that they have family back home, and there could be a lot of outside distractions. Ask him what that's like, how he manages the new fame with that, those typical things we see in that lifestyle.
Te está preguntando Mario que cómo tú siendo un peleador de allá de Santo Domingo, la Dominican Republic, tú te encuentras con ciertas distracciones, ¿verdad? Y con toda la fama que has ganado, los knockouts, ¿cómo tú manejas eso para no caer en esas distracciones?
Bueno, o sea, son cosas que hay que saberla manejar, porque tú sabes que el boxeo es un deporte bien difícil, que hay que estar bien disciplinado, bien enfocado, porque tú sabes que la competencia es fuerte, y en el momento que tú te descuides y descuides tus entrenamientos y lo que tú estás haciendo, tú sabes que las cosas van a cambiar, no te van a salir de la manera que están saliendo ahora, que estamos enfocados y trabajando fuerte. Y yo creo que la única manera es así, ir trabajando fuerte, enfocado y olvidando de todo eso, centrarnos en el objetivo principal, que es hacernos campeón mundial.
Yeah, he says, boxing is a difficult sport, man. And you already know, man, you start to slack off on training or anything like that, things are not going to start going your way. And we're in it to win it right now. And, with the ultimate goal of being a champion. So, you got to stay disciplined.
Ask him about being able to make 140 because this fight was contracted at 144 and then he replenished and looked so much bigger, people were already talking about welterweight. Does he feel he'll be able to stay at 140 and win a title before moving up?
Quiero preguntar, Néstor, que esta pelea, bueno, estaba contratada a las 144, ¿verdad? Pero tú estás a las 140 y la pregunta de él es que la gente te estaban viendo ya cuando tú ya te tomaste tus líquidos y ya después del peso estabas más grandecito, tú te mirabas bien grande para unos que estaban viendo la pelea, entonces estaban hablando de las 7:47 y que tal vez tú te puedas mover a ese peso pronto porque te miraste grande. Y también si tú crees que puedes ganar un título a las 140 aún así con ese size.
Creo que, tú sabes, ahora mismo el peso no es problema porque mi primera pelea fue 140 libras, hice mi peso normal, 140 libras. La próxima pelea, 141 libras. Ahora, ¿sabes? Fue para estar en ese peso, ¿sabes? Y fuimos ahí en 144, pero yo creo que el peso no es problema por ahora, ¿tú me entiendes? Nadie sabe si en un futuro tal vez no toque subir de categoría, pero por lo menos ahora el peso no es problema.
He said, yeah, he said, we started at the 100, at 140, then 141, I think was one of the fights. And then this one was 144. But, the problem making weight is not really, it's no problem. I think that, eventually later down the line, maybe we would move up, if it calls for it. But for right now, making the weight is not really a problem.
So he's making 140 in his sleep. Like it's not an issue. He's a 140 pounder 100%. The opponents are the ones that keep making these. The opponents are the ones who keep making these requests to come in at 144 or 142 or 141. And the only reason we're doing that is because no one wants to fight us. Like that's just this kid, he's doing what he's doing, so nobody wants to get in the ring with him. And every fight, this last fight we had 3 opponents pull out. The fight before that we had 2 opponents pull out. So and that's why Dan Murray was in there and so forth. But he's a 140 pounder, straight up. Like that's not even a question, not a possibility. We're just making that concession for these guys.
So, Benny, y'all wouldn't entertain certain fights at certain weight classes depending on the opportunities, or are you saying that you want to finish work at 140, establish your legacy?
We want to unify the division. We want to get these belts, and we want to get all 4 belts. So we're not even thinking about that.
So he's in 140 for the long haul, you're saying?
I mean, at least for the foreseeable future. If 3-4 years from now, we'll see where he's at. But, for the foreseeable future, he's making it comfortably. He's not struggling. He's not killing himself. He's not starving. So it's not a problem.
But do you not worry that when you got, look at Kell Brook, look what happened where it was like he wasn't really getting any fights. He had to move up. We see guys when... Listen, you're Gennady Golovkin, look how long it took him to get a Canelo. He did, a Cotto, Sergio Martinez, all these guys. When you knock out people in a row the way Elvis is doing, it's great to promote, but then it's very difficult to find somebody that'll fight him. So how do you combat that? What's the short goals, short-term, long-term goals, and how do you fit him into a division? If he keeps knocking everybody out, how do you get somebody to fight him?
I think it's just a matter of, if we keep performing the way we do, they're going to have no choice, right? We're going to get ranked. They're not going to have a choice but to fight us, or they're going to have to leave they're going to have to vacate and move up.
Word.
Because, we're not going to, I don't think Ramirez and Taylor are those type of people. They're guys who, in all honesty, I have nothing but respect for those guys. And I think, they take on all comers. So I wouldn't say that about those guys. There's certain guys, and you see it a lot in 147 pounds where nobody fights each other. But I think, the guys at 140 pounds don't really seem like that.
Benny.
Yeah.
How far is Rodriguez from a Josue Vargas fight, who I believe has like an IBF Intercontinental kind of title? He's got maybe 10 or 11 more fights than Rodriguez, but it's my opinion that Rodriguez may stop him right now. Am I, jumping out the window?
We fight anybody they put in front of us. We've never turned anybody down. If they call me up for Vargas tomorrow, we'll take that fight.
But that's not too soon for you. You don't think, because it's not too soon for you? He does have more than double.
Nah. I mean, no disrespect to Vargas, but I know what I have in my hands. So we're ready for whatever they put in front of us. We're not turning nobody down. So whoever wants that.
All right, but that's a thing. But that's a thing. If they call you, you and Team Rodriguez are not looking that far ahead, right? And again, I'm not trying to make that fight. I'm just trying to see like where you guys are at and where, is he still fighting the Codys of the world, or is he ready for some of Top Rank's names at 140?
We're ready for step ups. We're ready for 8 rounds. We're gonna fight 8 rounds October 31st. So we're ready. We're ready to step up. Whoever Brad puts, Brad's been doing a great job. Whoever Brad puts in front of us, we're ready.
Okay. Have there been?
I'm not the type of guy to put. These guys. I think a lot of fans and stuff don't understand the work and the dedication, the discipline it takes to get there, right? So I don't want to ever, disrespect people in that way. And I know it makes for good TV to call people out, but I don't want to ever feel like I respect all of these men and what they've done and what they've accomplished and everything they've had to do to get there. Regardless, this is a very fickle game, right? You have to be perfect. And I always hear, the hardest thing to do in sports is to hit a fastball. And I always argue that. Like, the hardest thing to do in sports is to become a world champion in boxing, bro. Period. End of story, yo. You got to be, with the way things are, you got to be perfect. Otherwise, you're whack. And we're knocking everybody out, and people still complaining. They're telling me about the level. We have 9 fights, and people complaining about the level of our fights, who we fight. Yo, we're fighting anyone they put in front. We're not picking and choosing. They're not calling me up. I'm not suggesting anybody. Whoever they call me to tell me we're going to fight, we've been asked for 8 rounds. But, these guys felt that we're going to do this, so that's cool. I'm ready for it. We're ready for that. We're working with Top Rank, whatever they want us to do.
Okay.
Are you guys only in 6-rounders because of the money that's available to your opponent, because of the opponents that are available to Rodriguez, or is it developmental because he's been in, six rounders or more?
Something like that, yeah. Like, since the second fight.
Eight 6-rounders.
Yeah, I mean, I think more than anything, it's been a developmental thing because he's getting rid of these guys. Brad wants to see him go the distance or more rounds so he can gauge him better. And me and Freddie both believe he's ready for 8 rounds. But it's up to whatever the company tells us to do. We're ready. Like I said, what I'm saying. It is what it is.
Nah, I love that they're gonna take it slow like that, man. Let them get at least 4, 5, 8 rounders, then 4, 5, 10. If you look at a guy like Arnold Barboza, same promotional company, he fought, I believe, on the same day, same division. He's got plenty of developmental fights. He's got his 4 to 6 8-rounders, 4 to 6 6-rounders, and then he's working on at least now. Let me see, look, he's got a lot of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 10-rounders already.
Speaking of that, real quick, let me interject so in case you're going to go off on somewhere else. Freddie Roach called, and this is for both of you, by the way. Freddie Roach called Elvis the future of not just his gym, but basically of him training. He said this is the gym's future. What did that mean for Elvis to hear that? I don't know, Doomy, if you want to translate, and then Benny, if you want to answer it first. What did that mean to you? You think
for a legend like Freddie to say something like that, it just shows the kind of level, the type of level and talent that Elvis has. I think it was an honor. It excited us, and also I think it puts us in a position where we can't really mess up, right? Because when when somebody puts their word out like that for you, you kind of have to perform. ¿Qué significa Freddie Roach decir que tú eres el futuro de no solamente del wild card, pero el futuro de él como entrenador?
No, ¿sabes? Se siente bien que Freddy diga eso, y tú sabes también, como digo siempre, a la misma vez eso es un compromiso. Tú sabes, una persona del peso de Freddy en el boxeo diciendo eso, o sea, un compromiso es algo que, ¿sabes? Uno tiene que entendemos que tenemos que seguir trabajando fuerte y bien enfocado para hacer la cosa bien, porque, o sea, que digan eso de ti, ¿sabes? Ahora me toca a mí demostrar que él tiene razón en lo que está diciendo.
Yeah, Elvis says that, it's something, to hear that coming from a guy like Freddie who, holds weight in the boxing game like that, it means something to him and his team. And, he kind of now feels like a responsibility that he does have to perform, and he will perform.
Yo, and just so I can lay it on the table, like, I asked that question because the way I interpret it, it's like, if you look at Freddie Roach in the wildcard gym, there is a lot of turnover there. He's had a lot of fighters, some for a shorter time, some for a little longer time, but it seems like he has this, constant like in and out the door. But that doesn't mean he can't commit, because obviously we've seen what he does with Pacquiao. And for me, him saying that, it kind of solidified in my mind, like, as long as I'm training, I don't want to say that he's his new Pacquiao. I don't want to make it sound like that or put that kind of target on it.
I was going to say that.
You were saying that? Okay.
So no, I didn't say it out loud. I thought it.
Yeah. No, I know you didn't say it, but I'm saying, like, if you want to make that point, I think you could.
The way I interpreted what Freddie said was like, this kid has given him that hunger to train again.
Yes.
The spark.
But ask him, Doomy, did he envision that? Was he in DR when he got the call that he was going to train with Freddie? Did he come to America then find out, like, and when he was in DR as an amateur, did he ever say, watch, I'm gonna make it to America, I'm gonna train with Freddie Roach, like, or was this all surprise to him?
¿Quieres saber, Ernesto, si tú, cuando estabas allá en Dominican Republic, si tú, cuando estabas allá entrenando, te envisionaste eso, que yo voy a estar allá entrenando en los Estados Unidos con Freddie Roach y eso va a pasar así, o fue una cosa que te llamaron, ¿cómo fue?
Tú sabes, eso son cosas que uno la soñaba siempre, porque yo desde que estoy viendo boxeo así pequeño, junto con mi papá, nosotros siempre veíamos a Freddy en la televisión, y sí llegamos a decirme casi que wow, y tú algún día podrás llegar a entrenar con Freddy y eso. Y yo, cuando mi manejador, yo se lo digo a él a cada rato, le digo que cuando él me dijo eso, que me iba a traer para acá a entrenar con Freddy, yo en verdad yo no le creía, yo pensaba que era mentira que él me estaba hablando. Ni le creía, tú sabes. Y esto ha sido un sueño hecho realidad, ¿sabes? Por eso yo me siento así tan motivado y estoy tan enfocado y tan disciplinado, porque sé que tengo que aprovechar esta oportunidad que Dios me está dando.
Well, he says, you already know, guys, man, this is stuff of dreams. When I was in DR with my dad, and watching boxing, and we would see, Freddie up there, and it's like, my dad would jokingly say to me, like, you think, you'd be up there training with Freddie Roach? And it's like, I got a call from my manager, Benny, and it's like, yeah, I'm bringing you to the States to go train with Freddie Roach. And it's like, I didn't even believe him, and it was just stuff of dreams. And that's why I feel so motivated, activated, to do what I got to do to become a champion, man. It's stuff of dreams.
Amazing story, man. He said when he used to watch boxing with his father, how many people did he leave behind? How many people are, like that?
Media family?
Yeah, like how many people are depending on him?
¿Quieres saber, Néstor, que cuánta gente tú dejaste allá en Santo Domingo, en Dominican Republic, dependiendo de ti?
Yeah. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to do something. Go ahead.
Que están dependiendo de ti.
No, o sea, yo tengo mi familia ya, yo allá vivo con mi familia, con mi padre, mis hermanos y, o sea, eso, ellos son los que están pendientes de mí siempre.
Pero ¿son cuántos de ustedes?
Somos tres hermanos, yo soy el más pequeño, somos varones los tres, y mi papá y mi mamá.
¿Y tú translate to me?
Yeah, so Nestor asked him, about who's out there in DR waiting on him, depending on him, and Elvis turned around and said that he's out there, with his family, his father, mother, and his three brothers. He's the youngest, and and that's what you're gonna say something about?
I was gonna ask. So is he the only boxer in the family?
Entonces tú eres el único boxeador en la familia.
Sí.
He said, yeah.
Well, so why boxing instead of baseball? Normally baseball is like the go-to sport in the Dominican Republic.
Dicen que entonces ¿por qué no tú no jugaste pelota, béisbol? ¿Por qué boxeo?
Yo jugaba pelota, pero es que a mí lo que me gustó fue pelear siempre. A mí desde la pelota me mandaron para el boxeo, los entrenadores me decían, vete para el boxeo, que tú lo que pareces boxeador.
Yeah, he said that, when he was younger, he used to play baseball, you already know. But, he used to like fighting, and that's what he liked. And, even the baseball trainer used to tell him, like, you need to go to the boxing gym. You look like a fighter.
That's dope. So ask him, this weekend, the Cuban, Rances Bartholomew, was supposed to take on our brethren, Arthur Pulullo. I'm probably pronouncing his last name wrong. His last Puello. And that fight got canceled, but ask him what could he tell us about Arthur, because I know that Arthur beat another Dominican. I know this is a lot, I'm sorry, but Arthur beat another Dominican in La Maravilla Alfonso. I'll have to Google it. But did he think that Pullo would beat Bartholomew, even though that fight is canceled? And did he know him from the DR and stuff like that?
¿Quieres saber de tu opinión de la pelea que tenía que tomar este weekend, que la cancelaron obviamente, de Francis Bartholomew contra Arthur? Y ¿qué tú crees, si en esa pelea quién hubiera ganado, ya que tú sabes un poco de Arthur?
O sea, era una pelea pareja, una pelea bastante pareja, porque el dominicano es un buen boxeador también, y tú sabes, el cubano tiene mucha experiencia. Yo encuentro que va a ser una pelea bastante buena.
Yeah, no, he saw it as a evenly matched fight. Francis got experience, Arthur got skills, and he felt like it was going to be a real good fight.
Did he know Arthur from DR? Have they sparred in DR, or have they never met?
¿Quieres saber, Ernesto, si tú lo conoces a Arthur allá de Santo Domingo, de Dominican Republic, o si tú has guanteado con él?
Sí, nosotros tuvimos juntos allí en el equipo. La única diferencia es que él me llevaba una categoría. Yo era juvenil y él estaba en el equipo élite para ese tiempo. Pero nosotros nos conocemos, duramos tiempo allá en el equipo juntos.
Yeah, he said, we was out there in DR and together in the team, in the Dominican team, boxing team, and we sparred a couple times. The only thing is he was up a weight category, and we know each other, man. We spent some time out there.
And now it's like beating a drum with the knockout situation, right? But again, does it play in his mind, being as though he watched one of his own, in my opinion, win, hands down versus Rolly, and not get the decision? What was his name? Oh my God, it's escaped me.
It's Marquez.
Martinez. So I guess the question is, even though it doesn't play in the back of your mind to always go for that knockout, well, does the negative side of Martinez getting robbed play in the back of your mind?
Dice Néstor, no para seguir con el mismo cuento, pero ya que lo que le pasó a Jackson Marínez, desafortunadamente, una decisión así, tan fea, si eso se te tal vez ponen atrás de la mente pensando que yo tengo que noquear este oponente por las decisiones que hacen estos jueces.
Tú sabes, en verdad me sentí mal con esa decisión porque uno se ve uno mismo, tú sabes, pensar que le pase eso a uno mismo, tú sabes, se siente bastante mal, que fue una pelea que todo el mundo vio que Mariñez ganó claramente. Y tú sabes, como dicen, el knockout es el mejor juez que hay, pero no, o sea, no entiendo cómo que lo llevó a ellos a esa decisión así tan errónea. No entiendo, en verdad, no.
Yeah, he says, man, it's when you see that happen to a fellow fighter, you think about it happening to you, man, and it's it's definitely something that doesn't sit well, and it worries you. There's no better judge than the knockout. So yeah, I just don't know what the heck happened. How they could have given that decision to the other guy when everybody knows that Marina's won.
How well does he remember that fight? Like, did he watch that entire fight? Because obviously I want to ask about that right hand and the fact that Marinas wasn't freaking throwing it.
¿Quieres saber, Ernesto, si tú miraste la pelea? Porque te quiere preguntar un poco de la mano derecha que nunca tiró Jackson Marínez.
Sí, yo la miré la pelea. La miré entera.
¿Por qué Mariñez no estaba tirándose ese golpe a la derecha?
Si tú notaste, tú lo notaste.
¿Te fijaste tú que él no la estaba soltando? Porque yo estaba viendo esa pelea y yo, coño, pero suelta la mano derecha. Y cuando la soltaba...
o sea, o sea, y las pocas veces que la tiró, él la pegó, las pocas veces que la tiró, ¿tú entiendes? Pero yo creo que como quiera, a pesar de eso, yo siento que él ganó su pelea bien, que hizo lo que tenía que hacer para llevarse esa pelea.
Definitely.
Yeah, he says, when he would throw it, he would land it, but even regardless of that, even though he didn't throw the right, I think he still won the fight. Honestly, still won the fight.
So Raleigh said something about like he was the hardest hitter from 140 and under after the fight. It's a joke, but and I guess because he's Dominican and because he said that, a lot of people started, lumping Elvis and Raleigh together.
Wait, Rolly ain't Dominican. He Cuban.
No. The guy who lost. Mariñez. So because Mariñez got robbed, that he's Dominican and Elvis is Dominican, they were like a lot of talk on social media was about Raleigh with Elvis and Raleigh. You don't get that boy hurt, bro. That boy gonna get hurt if he fight Elvis, bro. He gonna get hurt.
But before you would take a Rolly fight, you would take like a Josue Vargas fight first, right?
But we take any fight. Like I would take any fight.
I'm just saying. I feel like Rolly might be a little bit more experienced than Josue. I could be wrong. I know they both came from TMT.
I think Josue Vargas beats Rolly the way he fought, bro.
What?
Yeah, that was embarrassing. That's not boxing, bro. He went in there looking for, I don't know what he was doing, bro, but that was embarrassing. I don't know how they gave that fight. That fight was not even close, bro. I don't know where that came in, like how the judges even played a factor at that point, yo.
So I know that you had some stuff you needed to get off your chest, champ. Like I said, we weren't aware that we were gonna get Elvis. I thought we were gonna get you. So yeah, man, I'm ready for that.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
I seen everybody complain. I did look. Andre Ward understands the game, right? So Andre was mentioning the Cuban kid that we lost to in the amateurs, and I know that what Andre was just talking about it, but
who's the
Cuban?
Cuban?
The door for all of these people. Alex Salcedo's trainer was talking shit and saying, stuff about this guy and call it, come out of the amateurs and let's fight Elvis and beat him a fifth time. First of all, bro, the amateurs and the pros is a different game. Henry Tillman beat Mike Tyson how many times? And what round did Mike Tyson beat Henry Tillman? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know where all of that is coming from and why, like, everybody keeps mentioning this and why guys who have fighters at 140 don't mention their fighters at 140. You mention them, guys you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So, like, everybody seems to be, like, talking, talking smack from like a safe distance. But when it comes to these fights, nobody wants to take the fights. I know for a fact that fights have been presented to certain fighters and they've turned it down flat out. So it is what it is. We're doing whatever we can possibly do. And at some point, like you guys were saying with Triple G and these guys, that people were avoiding them, at some point, people will have no choice but to fight.
So when you say that people are turning the fights down, you mean people on your level, like of the 6-rounders. You're not saying there's 8 and 10-rounder guys out there turning down, right?
There's been both.
Oh, wow. So what do you do in a situation like that? If it's getting so hard for you to get fights as a prospect,
I think you just got to keep
knocking out dudes with jabs.
You got to keep moving forward. You got to keep moving forward and keep, doing whatever you got to do, treating these guys the way he's treating them, and then eventually you have no choice but to fight.
So
listen, I respect that.
And moving him up to 147,
of course,
just to make fights.
No, and I don't think you have to do that, and I'm glad that that's the way you feel, because so many people, make these crazy leaps just to get an opportunity. And I understand, like, Mike Garcia does it, right? And it's like no big deal because he loses, and who's going to blame him for losing to Spence? But I think there's too much memory for Gennady Golovkin and how difficult it was for him to look so good, so strong, and he had all the fans backing, but the fighters weren't fighting. So even though I appreciate the optimism and I think you're making the right move by not, forcing the situation in any other division, I think you have to be at least realistic that he is looking very dangerous. He's been the talk of COVID. And not because of COVID, obviously, but it's just, I don't know. It's a great path. You got a great stock. It's just that we've seen in boxing, it's notorious for those kinds of things, for guys to get kind of iced out a bit.
I think we have, a great promotional company behind us.
That you do.
All 4 belts are with Top Rank. So, they will make the fights happen.
Awesome.
I think Triple G, he was coming from Europe, and he was with a different promoter.
That's
he was, you still had that European stigma around him, right? People thought, even though he was knocking people out, is he really that good? He's, whatever, if you put him in there with a slick fighter, an American guy, he's going to lose. And then when he was knocking everybody out, I think there was no real reason to fight him. But why would I fight this guy? He's European. He doesn't really sell a lot. All he's doing is knocking a lot of guys out. But I think when you're all under the same promoter, you got all the belts under the same promoter, a bunch of great 140-pounders are under the same promoter, then those fights will get made.
So the last one basically is, do you believe that Elvis will reach an opportunity at those 4 belts when one of those guys become undisputed, or will he still be contender prospect status?
I mean, ideally, we were looking for hopefully end of next year to get in with one of those guys. So that's our target,
Hey, wait. End of next year to get in with what kind of guys? Like, you said one of those guys. Like, what? Who are you talking about?
Ramirez or Taylor.
In 1 year?
Yeah.
Why so soon?
I think we're gonna have. They're keeping us really active, so they're talking about fighting us by January 2 to 3 times, right? So you take that from a year from now, we'll probably be at 15 and 0.
Wow.
So I think it seems soon, but the way they're moving them, I think we'll be there a lot quicker than people think. But again, I leave it in the hands of Bob Arum and of Brad Goodman.
Here's the thing. I think that there's a point to be made about the record. And I know I went back to that already, but we didn't really get to hear from your side of it. Like, they've already 2 times now shown his name with the record, showing where he's at. I think that there's some, I guess, like, marketing there that they could capitalize off of. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if a Taylor fight falls within that direction, but I mean, I don't know. You don't feel the same way? You don't think that that's worth acknowledging or chasing in any degree?
Possibly. We haven't sat down and talked about it. But I don't view him as that, right? Because I've been seeing him since the amateurs. So I know, everybody's seeing what he's doing right now, but I've been seeing him since the amateurs, and I don't view him as this crazy knockout artist. I view him as a boxer.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And I view him as a dude who can move, who can punch, who has good defense. He has good distance. So and he's a great counterpuncher. So I don't view him, I think, that the way everybody else views him, as this knockout artist. I think those knockouts are coming because he's simply much better than those guys, and he can punch. There's no doubt that he can punch. But I just view him more as a boxer puncher, whereas I think a lot of guys are just viewing him as a knockout artist.
Sure, and that's fair. I think that it's a narrative that needs to be pushed for casuals to jump on board. One thing that we know in boxing is casuals love knockouts, right? I mean, who doesn't? But that's what they reminisce to. Mike Tyson, Gennady Golovkin, like all these people that were able to do that and accomplish that. So to me, I'm not saying to keep fighting, pies until you get to that record. All I'm saying is the gradual ascent up. You know what I mean? It just feels like such a drastic change from certain opponents to like a Josh Taylor or Ramirez. There are a lot of guys in the middle that I think would be good targets.
Ivan Branchek would be a good fight.
Branchek, I love that fight.
I think we'll go through those fights in the next year. Don't get me wrong.
Wow.
I don't think we're gonna be bypassing a lot of those fights. I think a lot of those fights will get made. So I think that by the time that if it happens at the end of next year, great. If it happens, 2022, great. But I think by the time it happens, people will know who Elvis is and will be amazed at the things he can do.
Well, look, we don't want to keep you, man. I know Elvis had just woke up. It's only like 7:55 over there, I think. So, Elvis, man, I want to thank you, obviously, for coming on, and Benny, you too. Obviously, we'll get you guys on again as soon as something is announced. Anything you hit me with, definitely interested in what's next for him. And just thank him again for waking up early for us.
And let us know when you're fighting, Benny, because you're obviously a fighter too with that shape you're in. Damn, bro.
Oh no, man.
He's flexing the chest, right?
Yo, Mario is dying to talk bodybuilding with you.
Stop it. All right, fellas, man. Thank you. I appreciate your support.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you again. Elvis, pase buena.
Thank you, Benny. Gracias.
Gracias. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's Elvis Rodriguez and his manager. I don't even know how to pronounce that last name. Lebelin. Something like that.
Congratulations to Mario, who understood, I'm not going to lie, a lot more than I have been.
Yo, the good thing is that, you're right. It's like Taylor only got 16 fights. So I could see them, Sky. I could see them fighting next year for a world title. I mean, Taylor did it. Taylor's not a silver medalist or anything like that, right?
Yeah, no. You're absolutely right. I think it just depends on what the direction is. I think that a lot's going to have to be decided based on what happens with Ramirez and with Josh Taylor. Does the winner move up? Does the loser move up? Are these guys even going to be here in a year? And so if they're not, then you got to realize that it puts Elvis in a really unique situation where, you got the ring belt gone, you got the WBO gone, the IBF gone, the WBC gone. If these belts are all out, and we know the WBO's got a nice little relationship, the whatever Bob offers up belt, Elvis could be in a running for it. Like, legit, you're right. It's not a stretch of the imagination. Now, I'm not saying, he should or he deserves it more than certain fighters. I'm just saying that with the way that boxing works, he realistically could be in that fight.
Honestly, Top Rank, they got that 140 sold up. Them belts ain't going nowhere. Like, they don't got huge names, but they got so many names. Josue Vargas, 140. Salcido, 140. Branchek, 140.
But Josue's not even ranked, though.
He's not ranked the top 10, but he got an IBF already. He'll be there. He won that IBF when he lost his teeth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot he lost his teeth.
Subriel Matisse is there. You know what I'm saying? They got names, bro. They got names in that division that them belts could just stay there.
That was in the bubble, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. It had to have been, right? Yeah, no, there are names. I think that Regis leaving the division or really leaving the situation he was in makes it a little tougher for him to be considered in there, obviously. But you still look the main guys
gone,
in the
man.
division
Rumor
are there.
is
He's gone.
He's PBC,
He's gone.
so
That's
he's
fine.
gone.
Yeah, he's gone. But I think though they still have the head honchos in Taylor Ramirez. But again, do they leave? You know, I don't know if you unify the division, you're not thinking, yo, let me fight some guys until Elvis is ready. You're thinking, yo, I want Pacquiao now. I want Crawford now. I'm the best. I can do it. So, you know, you vacate those titles and then you're going to give a lot of other people, shots.
Hammer hand.
Shots.
Oh, they said
shot.
Matisse is with PBC.
Who?
Matisse, Subriel Matisse.
Oh.
But yeah, man, we'll see what happens.
Ranked in IBF.
We'll see what happens. Getting back to the main topic, just, want to say I told you I was right. 1.5 is not a good enough offer. Glad that, Eddie came out and made me a truth teller, Let's get it over the line the way Eddie says, Let's get a little bit more money and give this fight to not only Kell Brook, but, Terence Crawford. Those are really my final thoughts. I mean, the negotiations seem close, according to Eddie, in the audio that we played at the beginning of the show. So, he needs a little bit more. Kell's a name, give it to him. We've seen other people get more than 1.5. So at this point, I want to get a fight. At this point, they've dangled this one in front of us so long that I'm okay with it. I'm down for it.
I think Bob knew what he was doing when he first said it, and I think that we all deep down inside knew this was going to be the route. We just were being hopeful for so many other things that probably can't happen at this time. So I'm going to go with. I'm going to look forward to seeing Terence in there kicking some ass for the US of A. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my UK friends, though. You know what I'm saying? Not going to make it a war. But this is going to be a great event because it's going to bring that out. USA versus UK and, who's Terence fought. I got a lot of guys out there in the UK who still have some belief in Kell. So let's just hope that we get a revitalized Kell. This shit turns out to be a good fight. And in the end, I'll be rooting for T-Bud, champ. I'm going to stick with the Bud Master.
Yeah, listen, my final thoughts are this. I think that it's all beat. No, I was playing. I think that, it is what it is. We're in the situation that we knew we were in. With the time that's gone by, I've been able to kind of get over the fact that we went around in this big old circle of fake news like Ugas, fake news like Keith Thurman, fake news like Sean Porter, like all that talk, and Pacquiao just was like, took you on a roller coaster and gave certain people false hope. And I'm included in that because I honestly did feel like there was a shot. And it didn't happen. And we're back where we started. But now that I've gotten over that, I'm a little bit better with it. And it needs to happen. This is one of the last guys left. Stack the undercard, and I'll be okay with it. But
even if it is a close fight, I'm still gonna give him credit for Kell Brook.
What you mean a close fight?
I just see somebody post up there because probably that was one of the other things. If he beats Kell, then he's not gonna get credit because orbital bone and all that other stuff.
And if it's close, he's still gonna get shitted.
Yeah,
on. So it's like a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, it's like catch-22 for Bud, but not in my eyes, bro. Because at the end of the day, Kell Brook is probably gonna be the best name on there.
Here's the problem with it, Doomy. Terence Crawford, his resume right now is so not so dependent, but there are certain fighters that we need to see, like Kavaliauskas, that we need to know how good those wins were. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it would be really tough to add Kell Brook's name to it. Because, like, let's say the fight's close, and then it's like, yo, Crawford sucks. Crawford's not who we thought he was. But it's like, yo, that's Kell Brook. Like, if he came down, and if it was true that him going up to middleweight ruined him to a degree and he needed to come back the right way to the 147 division, like, if he can recapture some of that special K, get rid of the not so special tag.
So special,
but
so
we need to
special,
see
so
him.
special.
Exactly, but we need to see him again, right? So it's like that fight happens, and it's like, well, now we need to see Brook in another fight to know how good that win should be.
So do you see the rabbit hole? Let me go
Yeah,
down.
it's a rabbit hole.
So I'm just gonna give him credit and
Give him credit.
I'm gonna give him credit. He's gonna be fighting Kell Brook. That's what we're getting around this time. We don't gotta be going on here to talk about all the other stuff why the other fights can't fight.
And he can still get up for it, Doomy.
And I mean, look,
doing Spence.
And look, and I'm going down with the this is gonna be it attitude that Ness is having, right? Like, this is what we're gonna get. But Terence, I'm still not mad at you, Champ, because if you was waiting for that Pacquiao fight for some reason, you got to take care of yours. But it is what it is.
Word.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm glad Bob did it the way that he did it. He conditioned us. He prepared us.
That's exactly what that is.
He conditioned us.
So he's like, yo, we're going to stay relevant out there in the news media. Terence Crawford has, all these supposed opponents, your Danny Two guys and all the other guys he freaking named. Like, yeah, but in the end, we knew what was going to happen. Good old Bob's been around for thousands of years.
Word.
And he knows how the game works, man.
It's just crazy how it was always like, yeah, we want Keith Thurman. If not, we'll take Brook. Like, we want Shawn Porter. If not, we'll take Brook. We want Pacquiao. If not, we'll take Brook. And it's Brook. It's Brook, man. But yeah, let's open it up. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
Final thoughts, we forgot to add the Shawn Porter. Do you think Porter decides to go the Crawford route versus going the Danny winner Earl route? Like,
repeat that?
Yeah, so Porter being the number one WBO, he's not the mandatory. It isn't called yet, but
okay, yeah.
It's feasible that could happen.
Of course.
Nah.
Do you see a world where Porter, both Shawn and Ken decide, you know what? Let's not fight Earl if he wins. Let's not fight Danny if he wins. Let's get this belt, then go and get that.
Nah. The reason I don't is 'cause, I think that the heart's home, right? WBC. And that side they're not gonna go chasing the WBO.
Listen, I agree that it's not very probable, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. If you're Porter, you realize that what you have left in the PBC stable is a bunch of rematches, which I'm sure he wants, and I'm sure they're good business, and I want to see him. Okay, but they're all rematches. If you can put yourself in a situation where you go and you fight Crawford, win or lose, have certain chips on your side of the table. First of all, if you win, you made your own lane, right? To coin Ness's phrase, to suggest that, like, I didn't have to get the juice from Spence. I didn't have to get the juice from Thurman. I didn't have to get that juice back to have that luster. I went and beat Crawford, the guy that everybody else said was the best, and I took his belt. Now I'm in the situation. Keith don't have a belt. I got a belt. What do you bring into the table? Those rematches are so much easier now to come by, even though I think everybody wants to fight Porter too. But to me, that would just be a really big thing for him to go and do. So I don't think it's completely impossible.
No, I hear it, but 2 belts or 1 belt? What will you choose?
That's true. That's a good point. Again, to me, it's just bargaining chip.
Because listen, Danny was in this position before Danny got the mandatory shot with the WBC. He was the number one in the WBO. The mandatory was never called in the WBO. but we all knew that he had greater options fighting the unified #1 welterweight versus fighting a one belt, arguably #1 welterweight. It's just different in the eyes of the fans. So, they chose that route. The thing is, Danny is perceived to be more of a commercial star than Shawn Porter. So does Porter go that route because of that? I don't know. I think not. Obviously, Danny showed us, two's better than one, but you never know.
Call you two is better than one. Don't forget, Mr. CYP had a counter punch from yesterday.
I thought Ness refunded it.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. Super chat, wireless bud shop earbuds. Smash the like button. # non-shoplifting. 2 exclamation points. Don't come here to shoplift, because you will be
Hadouken. Was that it?
He's gonna get Hadouken.
I was gonna say you might as well say .com when you say wireless bud shop, right? Might as well send the people where they need to go.
Yeah.
Wirelessbudshop.com.
I was actually on there right now because I'm about to order the one-stop charging. Because I got my wife got me a brand new watch for my birthday.
Don't forget to use that code. Don't forget to use that code TBV for 10% off your entire order.
Shit. And for Amazon, you can use, go ahead, Ness, tell them the affiliate.
You can head on over to ThaBoxingVoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on the Amazon link whenever you're doing any of your everyday shopping. Remember, it's going to cost you absolutely nothing.
Okay, Ness, well, let's pretend right now that I'm going to do that, and I'm on the affiliate sponsors page. Would I just simply click
the link?
The Amazon Prime? Where is the link?
Not the Prime link.
Hey, what happened?
Well, maybe, where is it?
It is...
I got a bad feeling about this.
Right there. I see it. It says Shop, Connect, Enjoy.
Shop, Connect, Enjoy. Got it. Ha! There you go. See, people? Helped y'all out. Not just
Call
me.
you people face. Coach Myers on the super chat.
Super chat.
Shawn needs to get that WBO strap. Then make Spence come see him for Undisputed. That takes Top Rank out of the picture, and we will have an undisputed champ.
Call him Undisputed face.
Easier said than done, Just because we're upset with Crawford's opposition doesn't mean that it's easy to go take that strap. To super chat and say, oh, Shawn needs to go take that strap. Can he take the strap?
They gonna have to send their best fighter for the champ.
That's still the question. That's the mystery, Can he take the strap? So we definitely dropped off. We restarted Skype. Everything is back to normal. We owe CYP a counterpunch. So we're going to do that first from yesterday because you obviously sent it when we were done.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
So, what are we asking the callers? I guess what we're asking is your thoughts on Eddie saying it's not enough money, $1.5 million offer, and your thoughts on whether or not Shawn Porter should go the WBO route since he's #1, not the mandatory, or go the IBF and WBC route where he is the mandatory due to the eliminator that he faced with Formella. All right. Formella.
Didn't have the
What it do, TBV family? This your boy Dollar. If you want to be like you heard on the show, hit me up on Instagram at DollarDibiase. That's DOLLA_DIBIASE. Let's get it.
Going out to all Terence Crawford fans.
The saddest thing in life is wasted talent.
Idris in the UK. Hello. Good afternoon. Idris going once.
So it looks like though the bloke hasn't had his cup of tea, eh?
2 times. Oh yeah, CYP counterpunch that we owed you from yesterday. Are you on the line? Yes, he is. CYP.
Yo, what up? And if I'm ever give y'all money and y'all don't, use it, don't give it back. You know what I'm saying? I give my money to the show to support hard work. We don't get along all the time, but y'all work hard as hell, and I appreciate
You're the man,
that.
champ.
Aww, melted my heart away.
Now let's cut the bullshit.
Real talk. He's like, now I'm gonna shit on y'all. No, I'm just playing.
For my man Eddie to say 1.5 isn't enough. Nah, man, you're right. It isn't enough for the UK. It's damn sure enough for America. If Tio in damn near undisputed fight, damn near only getting 1.5, who's buzzing right now, who's bigger in America right now, only getting 1.5, homie, what are you bringing us? Like literally, they gonna pay Terence Crawford 5, gonna pay you 1.5. They got to get that money back plus something to turn a profit. Please, brother, you ain't getting us that kind of money out here. Top Rank ain't stupid. Now, what you could do is offer a package for Sky's pay-per-view or Sky or BT, and then throw a counter offer back. But don't expect it.
Cut it. I mean, the only issue with that CYP is he offered a package for Sky. The fight got to be over there. Bud already came out on a custard interview and said, why would I go to the UK? I'm the champ. So the fight ain't gonna happen over there. But the only reason I disagree as far as it being enough is simply because even if the fight is here, like Teofimo, who got first offer was 1.2, and then that got renegotiated.
So I'm about to say.
Hold on, but Teo got offered 1.2 over here. He didn't bring pay-per-view in the UK. We both can agree, Crawford Brook is Sky Sports pay-per-view. So Brook brings a little bit more to the table. Info Joe, California. Just listening, champ? James Benitez. Usually just listening. Jay Will in Ohio, ready to talk always.
I used to get it in Ohio.
Champ, what up?
And my bad, champ. I'm trying to run mines back to back. So come back to me. And I need your cash app for the counter punch.
All right, coming back to you, and it is $NESGTO, NESGTO, and the reason that you would use the Cash App versus here on Super Chat is because you want to save us that 30% that YouTube is raping you records for. Let's go on out. Let's go on out to Bud Mac in New Orleans.
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all.
I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Terence.
It can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing him. You want to bet? You bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Buenos
Mario, Doomy, Lester. Lester, you got in your feelings yesterday. You hung that phone up real fast. I don't know what to say about this. Like, I want the Brook fight, and I damn sure want that Shawn Porter fight. I'm actually glad he's in that position. If he's a mandatory, that means if they can't come down to agreement on the purses, they got to do a percentage, like a percentage, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah. If he's a mandatory, he got the mandatory percentage split.
All right, for Kell Brook and stuff, I mean, 1.5 coming over here, I think that's realistic. Maybe with the pay-per-views, what they offer him another 500, which $1 million. What are you proposing? Like, what the number he should get, and what makes sense with everything going on right now? Since that's not enough, I'm asking you, Ness.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, obviously,
it's so tough.
His own promoter is saying it ain't enough, but he's also being optimistic. So I think it's just a little bit more, like you said. Like look, T.O. got off at 1.2. They ain't tell us what he took. So, you know, I think they
And here's
said
the thing, too.
1.5. I think they said it went up to 1.5.
But here's the thing, too.
Give him
It's not
two.
enough.
Give him
but
two. Give him two.
I mean, look,
Give
Jeff
him two and make the
Horn.
fight.
Jeff
it's just
Horn
not enough
got
because
two.
it's COVID. That's why. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Give
So
him.
what
Give
is
him
enough?
two.
Like, I don't think
Give
it's
him
that far
two.
off.
Give him two. Make the Kell fight.
Yo, I see 2 as realistic with back end Sky Sports pay per view because like Jeff Horn got 2 versus Tim Tszyu, man. Like that's a whole
Yeah,
other
but that's
country.
that Australia.
They have
though, Chip.
fights. I mean, they have fans in attendance. I mean, you got the name of the bet.
Yeah, but at the end
Like
of
that
the
was
day,
different, big dog.
at the end of the day, you still looking at that like, come on, man, I'm a bigger name than those guys. Don't treat me like this. It's just the truth.
I feel you on that.
You know, listen.
Kell brings that
Listen,
UK.
this is not a shot. This is just fact. He would be the biggest name on Crawford's resume. Like, you got to pay for that. It's not free.
Word. Yo, Hawk in Maryland, you haven't pushed one. I know that you were on yesterday.
Coach Myers
and
either.
Coach Myers is not as well.
Hey, what happened?
If y'all want to talk, just push one and let us know, and we will get you. Hawk in Maryland, I'll make sure the next goes to you because I know you were there yesterday a couple times and something happened, I know, so.
We going out to wirelessbuzzshop.com owner in that Maryland, D.C. area.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
J Hardcore Boxing. You don't know shit about boxing.
BoxingVoice.com. Okay.
Hey, what's up there, fellas? How y'all doing today?
All good,
What
J
up?
Hardcore, what it do?
It's all good, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. With this, Bob, man, it just seems like Bob really ain't trying to put out any money these days, man. And I really don't think they done really made their money off of Bud thus far. So I ain't got them actually giving more than what they offer, to be truthfully honest. I got them saying, hey, you know what? He won't take the money. We gonna move on. You know, we try to give him a bone and he wouldn't take it, and then end up taking some name that we ain't never heard of again. I mean, to be truthfully honest, that's what I see happening. I mean, because Bud already said he ain't taking no pay cuts, and I know Brooks saying if he coming over here, he gonna want more money. I just don't see how that's gonna happen, and we can't have people in the stands as well. And Bud doesn't generate a lot of money. I mean, they was making money when when he was doing fights at home, but if they're not going to be able to be at home and they're going to make the pay-per-view fight, remember the last time he did on that. I don't know, fellas. I love to see that Porter fight though, because like I said in the chat, I believe Porter beats him. I'm gonna be truthfully honest. I love Bud and everything. But that Porter, that full Errol Spence fight.
Boomerang, Coach Myers.
What's going on, fellas?
Morning.
What's going on, champ?
Good morning. Not much. I think that's a little bit of money, that 1.5. It's not enough. And at the same time, I feel like Bud doesn't have any other quality options besides Brook. If he doesn't fight Brook, who else is next up for Bud? You know, everybody else is already taken. So Bob just need to suck it up, you know, pay him what he needs, and get the fight over the line. And also, Shawn should take that WBO strap. I mean, you never know what Al Heyman got up his sleeve. You know, could position Shawn to take that belt and come back and have a undisputed with PBC. So, I mean, Shawn's dad is different. You know, he'll go after that WBO. I mean, if you have an opportunity. Shawn already had the IBF. He already had a WBC. Why not go over there and get that WBO and then have that undisputed? That's my call.
I'm going to tell you this, Coach Myers. We had Ken on the show before, and he told us how expensive it is to be in the rankings. So I'm sure he going to want a refund. Like that Terence Crawford offer going to have to be more than the Brook fight, plus compensation for all the fees, because he's giving up 2 eliminators. He's number one, and he faced the eliminator already for 2 separate sanctioning bodies. So it's just a lot of money he invested in that last move. We got a super chat.
Boston Jarrett says, is 1.5 enough for Shawn? How much did he make against Spence and Keith?
Yo, look up the Spence fight better, because that was pay-per-view. And that was his last big fight. But we got a super
but
chat.
that had they were it's just so different, bro.
Yo,
so different.
The bottom line is he's in a pay-per-view that's in the green, not the red. We got a super chat using the Cash App, $SGTO. Shout out to TJ, always looking out for us, making sure we don't get that 30% cut. He says, yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Showtime 3-time. So he believes that Shawn.
Everybody put your hands in the air.
He believes Shawn.
Shawn's reported purse guaranteed for Spence and Porter was $2 million, with each getting a percentage of the pay-per-view buys, obviously, and his estimated fight will draw in between $300,000 to $500,000. How much did it end up doing?
What the Spence
Porter?
I think close to 3, not 300. Close to 3. I think it was like 275, which is still decent though. Nobody thought it was gonna do that because they blamed it on Porter. You know, even Earl said, "You can't sell no pay-per-view. You can't sell."
Oh yeah, he was straight
Earl went
gunning.
in on him. Earl went in on him, and that's what I'm saying. Listen, Linda. When you doing over 250, they gonna keep rolling them dice with you because they not losing. And Porter's in the green. They need to put that fight with Crawford on pay-per-view. If they want to make it, they got to give them the right amount of money so that they turn away and walk away from 2 WBC and IBF eliminators and all the sanctioning fees they paid to get in that position. You know what I mean? And then throw the fight on pay-per-view. We'll watch it. I know I'll watch it. I'll buy Porter, Crawford all day. All right. So we had a super chat, and that was from TJ. We also got a counterpunch from J. Will, plus he must be ready for his regular call, so go for it.
What's up, champ?
What up?
What's up, man? Yeah, man. I wanted to run my counter punch and my call back to back because I called y'all's call last night about the whole, Gervonta Tank Davis and his stipulations and who he's not going to fight, and then I think it got something to do with topic today with Bud and your boy Kell Brook, man. It just comes simply put. I think 2 callers ago he said it. He hit it right on the head, man. It's just Bud's not a star. Every person they trying to set up a fight with Bud, it's an issue with money. But Errol and Danny, Errol and whoever, pretty much anybody on the PPC side, they can set up a fight and there's no issue with the money. So it comes to a fact that Bud is just not a draw. And I found it real funny last night. I'm mad I missed that show last night. But how is it that all these Bud / Gervonta Tank fans, all of a sudden it's cool for Gervonta to say, I'm not going to fight the best people out there. But then when it came down to Errol, say he's going to clean up his side, Errol's ducking Bud. I mean, the hypocrisy is so thick. It's hilarious, man. And so this is a direct result of Bud re-signing with Top Rank because he wanted to be a lazy fighter and not promote himself and let Bob Arum Top Rank do all his promoting. He just want to do these interviews and give these one-word answers. Well, 5 years later after re-signing, you're still not a draw because you don't know how to open your mouth. And don't nobody got to cross the street to come fight you and take a less of a pay or take a bigger pay cut just to fight you because you, quote unquote, one of the top fighters in the game. So a lot of this stuff is an end result of Bud and him being a lazy fighter, not being a promoter.
Cut it. Yo, so according to Mike Coppinger, Shawn Porter and Errol Spence, with the final numbers. Okay, so it says the PBC on Fox pay-per-view headline by Errol Spence and Shawn Porter is tracking over 300,000 buys, with the final number generated expected to land under 350 buys. Strong business that cements Spence as a pay-per-view attraction. His pay-per-view with Mikey Garcia generated over 300 buys also. And that is from Michael Coppinger, for those that, want to hate on The numbers.
Count Drago on the super chat. The old adjective in boxing is, "What have you done for me lately?" So what has Brook done for us lately and is worth more than 1.5 mil? Not so sure. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't.
I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. You know, I'm with that. What has Brook done?
He hasn't, and I think that's
But
the cash out attitude.
The issue is that I was selling that story. I was selling it when they first tried to talk about this. What has he done to deserve the fight? And they're like, oh, well, no one else wants to fight him. And it's like, yo, but he's not a welterweight. Oh, well, no one else wants to fight him. But it's like, bruh, like let him get a fight. Nah, everybody else ducking him. All right. So it's like, all right, that's it. I'm with y'all. Fuck it, let him fight him. But you know, I remember I was of that cloth that was like, yo, what did he do? How is he getting this shot? Why him? But everybody else is like, yo, there's no one else. No one else wants to fight him. Let him fight. And it's like, all right, let him fight. JP, Long Beach, what up?
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
Shit, not a lot to say, Ness, but when it comes to Bud, you know, I'm tired of it, man. I just want him to fight somebody, and I don't care how they get it done. My position in the boxing game throughout my time is I've just fell back and been a consumer. It was a time when I was saying, well, this guy puts 16,000 in the stands. And then in his last, didn't he send an email 3 months ago? They never responded. And I was doing all that shit. And I said, man, fuck all that. I'm not privy to enough of the behind the scene information to be on top of all that. So I'm just a consumer. And so I just want him to fight somebody. I'm tired of beating around the bush, talking about Bob Arum. Look, Bob made money in the game 40 years. Take a L. Pay. I'm done.
Yeah, we got a lot of those, man. Frustrated boxing fans. We just want boxing back, and we want top-level boxing. And, you know, it's pretty difficult to get those done during this time. We're going out to New Orleans. JT, you avail. Flash.
Cheap.
Just listening, JT.
No comment.
Juan in the BX, just listening.
Cheap.
Keem in Florida, just listening.
Keem training right now.
Did Mario laugh? Oh, shit. Mario just signed that fight. King Born, listening. Oh, Keem ready. Uh-oh, he heard Mario laugh. It's over, Mario.
El gran campeón puertorriqueño,
You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's touch the gloves and go to work. Tonight, Roy. Let's go to work.
Yo, what up, Can you hear me?
What up?
What up, man? Decent show today, man. Pretty good interviews. As far as the topic goes, listen, man, I don't think that's too low money for Kell Brook, honestly. I mean, I know that he's used to getting paid in pounds, probably, right? Which usually is a little more than dollars. So I don't know if they're looking at it like that. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of that maybe he look at it like it's too low of money because what were they offering? 1.5?
1.5, yeah, 1.5.
So what is that, like 1.2 in pounds or something like that, maybe?
Probably one.
Yeah, around there. But yeah, I mean that's the only reason that they might be like, nah, man, it's not enough money because of that how much money he's losing just by taking it back home. But yeah, that's all I really got, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right, champion.
All right. Let me get to my Jimbe. What up?
Yo, good morning.
Buenos días, campeón.
I don't know, man. I mean, none of this surprises me anymore with Top Rank and Bud. I mean, who are they going to pull out the hat? Like, what is it that they're going to do that's going to surprise us and, make us take everything that we've said back? They're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad situation. It really is. Ness, who was Elvis's manager talking about that they were saying that he took an L in the amateurs too?
He said Salcido's trainer.
That's easy work.
Alex Salcido.
Yeah.
He's also at 140.
Yeah, but that's easy work. He's not ready for that. I mean, Elvis, I have high hopes for Elvis. I mean, I hope I'm right. You know, I've been wrong many times with Dominicans, but hopefully this time I'm right. But great show, guys.
All right, my man. Thanks for calling in, Champy. Got Alex Salcido, bro. I mean, he's more experienced than Elvis, and he's got one loss.
Only the Hooker, right? It was
know.
Hooker or Ramirez that beat him. Hooker, right?
Hooker. So I mean, he's fought some guys that Elvis still hasn't stepped up, in that level. But man, I'm big on Elvis right now too, champ.
CYP.
CY Pizzle.
I'm starting to figure out. I mean, I do understand why people want more from Bud, but we also knew that PBC fighters are going to fight each other. Top ranked fighters are going to fight each other. I was mad about that last year when I heard he resigned for 3 or 4 more fights. I was pissed in, but I was able to get over it because I understand. We give the PBC fighters a lot of credit, but they got to fight each other because they stacked over there. It's like 154. PBC got a lot of fighters. They stacked over there. But if you have one king over there in his own little network, he'd be doing the same thing. Brother's name was Bud. Brother's name was Errol. Brother's name was Danny. He'd be doing the same thing as them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I stop it. Because I'm like, man, this man got a network deal. They don't want to give up their belt. Ain't nobody dumb. You really think PBC wants to risk one of them belts being took it to top rank? Hell no. Bob Arum and my man Al don't really even get along, to be honest with you. To be totally honest, they don't even like each other. So I understand why this is happening. I do want to see the big fights, but all.
Cut it.
Sony.
The commish.
I'm gonna put you to sleep.
Stonebone.
Vamos, campeón.
J-Mac.
J-Mac attack.
Yo. I don't know where everybody at. Give my call to CYP.
Hey, what happened?
CYP.
Yo, and another thing I wanted to add about that. A lot of y'all need to start asking yourselves, do you think that how many of these dudes could actually beat Crawford? Like, how many would you put your money on that can actually beat him? And until you give me a list of them dudes who you think could actually beat him, not give him a good fight, not help his resume, we talking about beat the man. Until he's not fighting dudes that can beat him, I don't really want to hear nothing. Like, if you think Spence can beat him, cool. Keep mentioning Spence. But don't go mentioning nobody else that after he beats him, you're going to be like, well, he should have beat him. Well, what's the point? Argue with me about stuff that you believe in, not stuff you just want to argue about and hear yourself talk about. If Crawford ain't the goods, prove he ain't the goods, but give me names. Don't give me entertaining fights. Give me names that's going to knock that man off that list because I believe in that man's skills. Give me the names, please. If you ain't saying nobody else but Spence, I don't want to hear shit about Brook, about Khan, about I ain't going to disrespect Porter, that's my guy, about Danny.
Cut it.
Stonebone. I seen you unmute. You fell off, actually. Okay. Looking like new caller in Maryland, 301. Who's this?
This is Hawk.
That's Hawk. That's Hawk in Maryland.
Why you don't
I
have
put
that?
it.
That's
Hawk.
I
Put it there.
It's not in the list though. Why you don't put him in the list?
Because he hawked in on you and you wasn't ready.
My man been calling in.
That's the only one I haven't put in yet. I just put in the other one.
Lies, Mario. Lies.
That's crazy.
Bro,
While
Hawk,
you two pigeons was
I
arguing,
got
the
you,
hawk
Hawk.
came in, took the prey.
I got you, Hawk. Don't worry about this
What's up,
man.
fellas? Great show.
What's going on,
What
Hawk?
up?
Hey, too much. Great show. Great show. I just think a lot of this is posturing. I think the fight is already going to happen. It's going, like I said yesterday, it's going to be Kell Brook, and it's going to be maybe they're trying to figure out if it's going to be over there or over here. Because over there, Kell Brook is the star, and Terence Crawford is the guest over there. Because Kell Brook, Kell Brook is the star, and Terence Crawford is the guest over there. Because Kell Brook got a great following over there. They follow their fighters over there. That's the only way they're gonna get some money is to go over there.
I hear you.
Another thing, as far as huh?
Nah,
I was saying another thing as far as him fighting Kell Brook.
With the pay-per-view rights being in the UK.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking that all of this is posturing because it's going to happen. If he beats Kell Brook, he gets first of all, he gets a name that's somebody who beat Porter, the first person that beat Porter. He actually gave Spence a good fight. If you take out that Triple G fight, then actually Kell Brook would have been champion when he fought Errol, and it would have been a bigger deal. I just think,
Cut it. Hawk, thanks for calling in. And for anybody who feels like they just didn't get it all off their chest, we've invented the counterpunch. Actually, not we, but we, the community, right? Our own listeners and Patreons decided that we needed something similar to a boomerang, but not exactly a boomerang, meaning you don't want to commit to that bill monthly, but maybe today's the day that you need that second call. So go ahead and counterpunch by either sending a $5 super chat or a $5 cash app at $SGTO. We're going to Boomerang in Connecticut, which is one of those that we speak of. You see, one call just isn't enough for Coach Myers, who's ready.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Perfect.
All right. To answer CYP question, I think Shawn Porter could beat him. I think Danny Garcia could beat him as far as Crawford. And obviously, I think Spence could beat him. And I think Manny Pacquiao could beat him. So those are the names as far as CYP goes of who can bust Crawford's head or potentially give Crawford a fight. But we all know, even way back when Manny Pacquiao was with Top Rank, Bob did the same thing, throw out 4 names, and then pick the least of them all. So it's nothing new. It's the same thing with Crawford. Throw out Porter, throw out Danny, throw out Spence, and then go with Brook. It's nothing new. Top Rank diet. That's my call.
Top Rank diet.
Speaking of Top Rank diet, if you head on over to ThaBoxingVoice.com/store, we do have our very own Top Rank diet design. That is a phrase that I coined. So shout out to Coach Myers for using that. And
that was
you
crazy,
bro.
Nobody
ever said that shit.
You're right. For some reason, I thought it was somebody else that I'm not going to mention, but you're right.
Never, man. Come on. I've been saying
that
shit
you
for
did.
years.
Hey, yo, okay, real quick.
I've been saying
we
it
have
for
a fight
years,
night.
and I've been having shirts at least for 2 years.
Call me the coin man.
Yeah, you also been coined some phrases that
that I
you
don't
know
use
definitely
anymore.
weren't
That I don't
appreciated
use anymore.
as much. Bum.
That also had a shirt. You understand?
Yeah, I know that also had a shirt. You're right.
And it's so
gotta get it. Go ahead. Man.
We got a fight film study at 11:45 Eastern. This is correct. How many more callers do we have left?
We actually got a CYP. No, that's not it. I seen someone say counterpunch.
Is there enough for me to run to the store to grab some dip to make it in time for the
boomerang?
I would
it's
say
5-minute drive.
I would say yes. I'm
Okay,
going to
5-minute drive.
counterpunch J-Mac.
Okay, listen, wait for me because I won't be more than 10 minutes.
Lies. He's gone, y'all.
No,
He's
I
gone.
promise.
Boy, would I listen to your
Yo, hey, shout out to Coach Myers. He got my attention. Hey, can he get on Skype? Because I want to hear this. And what level he coached at. He called himself a coach, but he sit on here and hate on Bud. And I don't see how, I don't see how he can be a coach on whatever level and hate on the type of fighter Bud is. So I really want to hear his breakdown. I want him to teach me what I don't know because maybe I'm just blind, maybe I'm a casual, maybe I'm a bartender, I'm just all this, but I don't see how he could continue to hate on Terence Crawford. Can he get on his Skype call?
I mean, I don't know, man. You know, people don't really want to be back there with y'all.
Hey, come back here. I just want to have a friendly conversation.
All right. Well,
Hijo, ven pa' acá.
Well, let me see. Let me just go through. Let me just go through Coach Myers' super chats. Let me see if there's any strong Bud hate there.
Not really, but while you do that and pursue that, Boston Jared says the only person that might be favored to beat Bud is Earl, and that might change after the Danny fight. And it can very well, man. It can very well.
So, I don't know. Is this hate? Shawn needs to get that WBO strap. Then make Spence come see him for Undisputed. That takes Top Rank out of the picture, and we will have Undisputed, champ. Then his next super chat was, for some reason, we lower our standards for Crawford. Meanwhile, Spence was in a life-threatening accident and coming straight back to Danny. #levels. Yeah, I don't think those are hate, man. You know, pretty much facts. Danny is not a tune-up, and Earl isn't taking one, and we do have to lower our standards for Bud. You guys,
I think it's just a little bit of feeling.
This
you
is
know?
called lowering your standards. Oh well, guys don't want to fight him, so why shouldn't he fight Brook? That means you're lowering your standards. You know. Oh well, you know he outpriced himself, so you know he got to fight Cavalier. You're lowering your standards. Like you as a fan, why are you worried about whether Brook or Thurman are outpricing or asking for too much? You as a fan should be like, yo, I just want them to get that fight. But Coach Myers wants to reply.
Counter punch.
Coach.
Woo! Let's go, champ. You feel me?
You feel me? Maybe he's still like counter punching. Got to get out that app, come back to the phone. Coach.
Hey, what happened?
Uh-oh. Let's see. Let me double check. Make sure that's all good. Oh, you know what? That's why. I'm saying coach, but I'm on the wrong guy. I'm so wild. Yo, funny though. I told you though. I you know, look. One is 806 and the other one is 860. Come on. You know, that's what's wrong with me. You know what I mean? They're very similar. You know what I'm saying? Coach, what up?
Yo, y'all hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah. I actually coach basketball and I coach football. I've been watching boxing for over 20 years. I don't hate on no man at all. At no point did I say Crawford's not a good fighter. I didn't say he can't fight. You know, none of that. So I don't want to hear that. Let's just be real. We know who the top, let's say, 6 welterweights are, and we know they're all fighting each other except Bud. I'm not hating. I'm just trying to keep it real. If you want Earl to fight the best, you want Danny to fight the best, you want Manny to fight the best, then why not have the quote-unquote pound-for-pound number 1 fight the best, at least in your division? That's it, you know? But I ain't got time to get on no Skype or anything. I'm at work listening to you guys, you know what I mean? So I don't got time for that. But I don't hate on no fighter. That's my call.
It's all good, champ. It's all good. You know, not everybody got time for the back call. But that's what I don't understand. Like, that's just weak debating skills. It's like, oh, this isn't enough time for me to get my point off. Come to this back call so we could jump you, yell at you. Nah. Hadouken! Like, Coach Myers took 45 seconds to defend himself and articulated that very well. Expressed that he had no hate for Bud. He thinks he's a good fighter. He just gave you his thoughts. That's all. Stone Bone seems available, but I think someone's cutting the line on you with the counter punch, and it must be. Is it J Mac or no? Did I see something wrong? All right, it isn't J Mac. I'm wrong, I guess. So Stone Bone, what up?
What up? Yeah, my bad, man. I was elbow deep in elbow deep in the trees, man. My finger was too sticky. I couldn't even get the mute button off, man. It was crazy.
Damn,
I
in
was
my
trying.
garden.
Oh yeah, man. And the first round of the KK just got trimmed. I'll show you a picture of it. It looks beautiful too, man. It's my personal. Hey, but look, I just bought a house about 11 months ago. The house was 325. My first offer was like what we offered, 260 back? Yeah, we offered 260. I ended up paying 325 because the going rate out here is crazy. But the point is, just because that was the first offer, the reason Eddie Hearn is optimistic is because he got Amir Khan $1 million off of, I think it was BT pay-per-view for the last Crawford fight. And when we keep saying Crawford not a draw, he just sold 15,000. He's not from New York. He just sold 15,000 tickets at Madison Square Garden. 15,000. So if you're not a draw, you don't bring 15,000 people in a city that's 3,000 miles from where you
cut it.
That is true. If you ain't from that city, how you getting all them tickets in that city?
I'm gonna go ahead and beat up Danny Garcia.
Hey, Daddy, this $1 bill.
You can check out that green jacket, because I just took your bill. It's fly, you can't even set out an arena. The only reason you don't pay per view because you fight me, so you can sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. You will not be fighting on pay-per-view off of me.
I said that, where the ace at? Where the ace at?
Matt, don't even talk, man. We running that back.
I'm gonna go ahead and beat up Danny Garcia.
Hey, Daddy, this $1 bill.
You can check out that green jacket, because I just took your bill. It's fly, you can't even set out an arena. The only reason you don't pay per view because you fight me, so you can sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. You will not be fighting on pay-per-view off of me.
Now that's an intro.
And I want everybody to remember that. You would not be on fighting on pay-per-view if it was me. We saw who was on Fox not that many weekends ago. Not fighting on pay-per-view because of me. You know why he sold so many tickets at MSG? But all them tickets got sold out in Nebraska. That's why. That Shawn Porter might not be able to sell out a family reunion, but Terence Crawford can't sell corn outside of Nebraska. I'll tell you that right now. But back to the main topic. It's just like what everybody else is saying. Top ranked diet for sure. How many times were we told with Manny Pacquiao, Floyd, but we get Brandon Rios or Algieri or some name we don't want to see, but it's a show for them to put on. You know, it is names. Which is why I'm just counting the days, you know. It took, 5, almost 7 years to get Manny, Floyd. So hopefully that Errol or Bud Thurman, Bud Porter, Bud somebody in the welterweight division, active, we'll get a fight in with them. But don't get me wrong, Bud is a good fighter. It's just, I'm like with everybody else. I want to see the fights get made. But if Fury can go over there and tell Bob, I want to fight them boys, then why aren't we fighting them boys? That's my call.
Cut it.
Counterpunch, J-Mac.
Man, I don't want it. I've been wanting it.
No problem. Idris, talk to us.
Big Mex gave his boomy to Coach Myers.
Idris, going once, twice. Coach Myers, boomerang if you're available, courtesy of Supermex in Texas. Coach? All right, he's not available. Maybe he's not because it's definitely working, and he is at work.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Coach, the reason I went to is because you do have the, you did press 1, so press 1 now to get out. But yeah, I mean, I guess it don't matter. I mean, Supermex gave it to you, but it doesn't seem available. Supermex, if you want to change up, feel free. But looking like that is everyone. Join us on LV Slugger. Talk to me.
TBV.
What up?
Yeah, man. What we talking about? You talking about negotiations?
Yeah, Eddie came out yesterday, said that it's not enough money to get the Kell Brook Terence Crawford fight done just yet. And then we're also adding in the fact that Shawn Porter is #1 in the WBO. So we're asking you, should Porter fight? in the WBO versus Crawford, or should he take his already paid for 2 eliminators and go for the winner of the 2 belts?
Oh, okay, now. He might go for them 2 belts, man. But he's number 1 WBO. I want that fight, man. I want that Bud Porter fight, man. I feel like Bud put on a more of a dominant performance than Spence did. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want, though. I know if he knock off Brook, the haters gonna hate. They gonna say, wounded duck. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather get that point fight and get him to go and knock him off. But damn, man, I feel like if he top 3, arguably, Bud always arguably top 3 pound for pound. Why he gotta come over here to PBC when he, the pound for pound king? I feel like them boys at PBC need to dare to be great and come over there.
Cut it. I hear you, man. Spence say he cleaning up his side of the street. Looks like we got Mad Bent with a super chat that says, TBV, hump day. Get through.
Chocolate. Call it hump day. Today is officially hump day.
All right, we're going to go out to looking like Dom in Seattle. What up?
Mr. PBC, baby.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Yo, PBV. What's good?
What up?
What's good, PBC?
Hey, man, here's the funny part, right? Baby boy, 25 to Life, said him and Shawn Porter, they're friends and shit. Shawn Porter called him up, hey, you ready to fight? Oh, no, man, I got something working. He's all right. He get back. Now he got the WBO mandatory. Terence Crawford don't know what to do. He don't want that smoke, man. He lowballing motherfuckers. He gonna fight somebody working at the casino, security, Uber driver. Shit, he might fight his cousin. Who knows, man? And Ness, I got my shirt, yesterday.
Damn, that was fast.
I know, it must have been the way you use the mailing service you use. I don't know.
Holy shit, you just gave me the address yesterday.
Dog, the Dumatron computer
Is it the
came
new
into...
address? I mean, it got to be the same one because I ain't. Yeah, that's dope. Well, that's dope. Damn, that was like hours, bro. That's dope. All right, champ. There you
For real, bro. That's why I was tripping.
Yeah, there you go, champ. I gave you a 2X because you look tall. How tall are you?
Yeah, I'm 6'6".
Holy
6'6" and a couple quarters.
There you go. So that fit well. All right, champ. We talk. Coach Myers, I see you back. If you available, you was granted a boomerang absolutely free. Boomerang. And if not, we done unless Idris is available, who keeps saying he's here, but he ain't talking. Idris.
Yo.
Hey,
what did you get? Did you get to me a few times?
I hear you now.
Hey, listen, man. What can I say, man? Terence Crawford, PBC, they're still trying to take my man down, man, with words, not in the ring, with words. Let me tell you something, man. I'll give you my opinion on all the fights. Yeah, I think him and Porter, it goes unanimous decision, and he scores Shawn Porter straight away. I think if he fights Keith Thurman, the towel gets thrown in for Keith Thurman, and if he fights Errol Spence, it will be very even. Just because of the size, will be very even. Well, that's how it is, man. But what can I say, man? Keith Thurman fight, we're never going to see that, man, because he wants 150 million. Who do you think he can do? Chelsea clearing? $50 million.
Cut it. All right, champ. All right.
Real quick, man. Jay Rilla on the super chat. Bud fans now are talking about fans in the crowd instead of pay-per-view sales to prove he's a draw. Sad. Did De La Hoya and Mayweather ever talk tickets sold? No, just pay-per-view sales. Bud fans know how to move the goalpost.
All right, CYP Boomerang from 704.
Yo, back to my point. I'm glad homeboy gave me names, but we all know he was full of shit with them names. Look, I always say I didn't care if Daniel Jacobs fought Canelo because I didn't believe Daniel Jacobs was the goods. I'm on record saying that. Biggest win versus Peter Quillen. One-time champion. Nah, homie. What I want him to do is fight my man Charlo or at least Andre because I think they have a chance of beating him. If it ain't them two, I don't give a shit who he fight, but I want him to fight them two. See, that's how I roll. I got the same energy for Bud. If he ain't fighting Errol Spence, I don't give a shit who he fight. Errol Spence, win your fight. I want the negotiations to take place. It's the same thing with Wilder. We only want him to fight AJ, but y'all complain about everybody else. So if AJ turned down the 50 mil, he fight whoever the hell he want to fight after that. Simple. If Fury's in the mix, them three. If them three ain't fighting, everybody else don't even matter. Let's see the big fight. Let's see the big fights happening. Stop getting so mad about the little fights and lure to the big fight. CYPL.
Yeah, I disagree. Porter versus Crawford is a big fight. That's not a little fight at all whatsoever. Coach Myers Boomerang, courtesy of Joseph in
Texas.
Supermex in Texas.
Yep. Y'all hear me?
Yep.
Loud and clear, champ.
All right. Now, you see how CYP called in earlier, told me to give him names, right? And then I called in, I gave, 3, 4, 5 names? Then he calls back, and he says something totally different about some middleweights. Now, he didn't even answer.
I'm glad that
he didn't even answer. You know what I mean? He completely switched topics. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, he's just a clown now. Sometimes I give him my boomerang just to laugh and just to hear Ness's response to him, you know? But besides that, Crawford is good. He's a good fighter. The only thing that hurts him is that he wants to stand on his ground too much and not pay these people what they worth. I mean, Brook is going to, don't get me wrong, he's not an elite fighter, but I think he will help his stop as far as Crawford goes. So he needs to look at that. I mean, Lomachenko reached into his pocket and gave Tio, $300,000 just to make the fight? So, I mean, you're supposed to be the top number one pound for pound. I mean, of course we're supposed to complain when they're not fighting nobodies. You're number one pound for pound, But that's my call. Y'all take it easy.
Let's go, champ.
Coach, he coming for you. You know that. CYP.
Yo, man, hold on. The reason why I didn't respond to you, clown, remember, you called me a name first, so don't go crying through the week about how I'm murdering you. I told y'all pick on me, I'm going to jump off my mountain on top of your head. Nobody believed your names. Did you not look in the chat? Nobody believed those names, but I'm the clown. That's why I look past you, because nobody thinks he losing to Danny, he losing to Manny, he losing to Thurman, he losing to everybody, according to you. That's why J-Mac was saying you a hater. Because you can't even be realistic. Ain't no betting odds in no city, no state, no world gonna say he's an underdog to all them dudes. You full of shit. You just expose yourself as a real blood hater trying to clown me. Welcome to the crew. CYPL.
Jared Lloyd on the super chat says the bum lord is losing his kingdom. Finally, people are waking up. Hit Carl Thomas one more time for those still blind to the garbage. And I think do we have anybody on the queue?
We don't. It's over. Brandon is not on, right? He's
Mario dipped to get some
What?
tips.
Y'all still on the same show?
So what do you got? Onion dip, sour cream?
I got mint.
What?
I got mint dip.
Majid, what it do?
What up, man? Even sure if this y'all first or second show. I'm out here grinding.
First.
Oh.
It ain't over until it's over.
Jeez,
like,
damn. I don't have no
another
comment.
stale hash brown waiting here, champ.
Oh man, that thing gonna spoil. You're gonna have a stomach ache. But yeah, man, everybody like the video, man. Just like the video, man. Try to make some records for today's likes or whatever. People subscribe to the channel and join Patreon. Stop missing out on all the good stuff. But hey, man, good shit, y'all. It's 12 o'clock, man. Keep grinding, dog. I don't got much to say on this. I'm straight.
Oh my God. If this ain't the biggest, most breaking news I've ever seen. Holy shit.
Hold on.
Yo. Say what? Rob, you know I ain't subscribed to them. I need screenshots of all of that immediately. Please. Holy fuck. Oh my God. Yo, damn, Patreon's about to be mad. I'm pushing that back. I got to. Fuego. Majimbe, talk to us.
Call him pushback.
Breaking news, bro. That's insane.
So second show after this?
Second show, champ. I mean, it's either second show or the already scheduled Shawn Porter versus Yurdani Urgas film study Tuesday. Doing it on Wednesday because both Mario and Doomy ducked me.
I'm good with the second show, but yo. You know, I really hope that he does take the Porter fight because it just keeps on, you know, looking like they don't want to fight anybody in the top 9, or they can't fight, according to them, they can't fight anybody in the top 9. If he doesn't do that, then, I mean, his only really other options is, okay, yeah, maybe offer Kell Brook a little bit more money, bring him down, or go up and fight Tim Tszyu or Teixeira. I mean, what else does he really have if he's not willing to fight the guys in the top 9 at 147? You know,
unless you think he's too small.
I don't think he's too small. I think he could be both Tim Tszyu and Teixeira. You know, make history. Do what Canelo does. Yo, but that's my call. Weighing on this second show for sure.
Champ. All right, champ. Double checking here.
I wonder if he thinks he's too small. You know, if Crawford himself thinks he's
because Stone Bone, who I believe, you know, he told us that there was already like small talks of him fighting Teixeira. So maybe it's just like, yo, if I ain't gotta get out my division, then I ain't gotta get out my division. So they're trying to make the Brook fight.
Because I mean, once you hop up and weigh and you do things like that, yeah,
that's just it's a little extra. Look, we talk about it as fans, like, oh, move up, oh, move down,
take work and adjustment.
It's real. That's like hard work, dedication for sure. All right, look, we got everybody. Joe, you were OG, so I'm trying you one more time. If not, we got to go get ready for this next one. We're gonna go with the breaking news, fellas. We're gonna push that film study back for our Patreons. I hope y'all ain't mad. But yeah, this is
bringing it to you.
This is pretty big. Peace.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and bell. If the bell ain't shaking, you ain't baking with us in the morning. Subscribe. Don't got a D, you ain't part of the family. So let's get it popping, rolling, and rock and rolling.
Popping, rolling, rock and rolling. So he doubled it up. Bye.